This episode of the Grappler Union podcast is brought to you by BJJTees. Go to bjjtees.com, enter the promo code Grappler Union, and save 10% off all your jiu-jitsu apparel. Go to bjjtees.com today.
This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by Strychnine Jiu-Jitsu, makers of vintage-inspired tees, hoodies, and rash guards. Go to strychnine.co, that's strych9.co, and use the promo code UNION at checkout to receive 20% off your online order.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Grappler Union podcast. Paul Maloney alongside Anthony Zito. On this episode, we have Jason Bender in studio. Jason is a black belt under Carlson Gracie Jr., and he's an instructor at Cheetah Gym in Andersonville. Enjoy.
It ain't the 6 minutes. It's what happens in that 6 minutes.
You told me using any technique that works, never to limit myself to one style. Open mind.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
In order to become more peaceful, in order for you to become better and strategize your life.
Let's do it.
All right, we're live.
What's up, Jason Bender?
How are you guys?
Chicago's newest black belt.
Newest black belt.
Dude, this worked
Freshly
out.
minted.
Yeah, this actually worked out nicely because Jason's been on the list, and I remember running into you over at Vienna's for, what was it, Hinger's seminar?
Hinger's seminar, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, got to get Jason on the podcast because he's always really cool to talk to. And then we went to Master Worlds and stuff like. So this worked out. You just got your black belt, and now you're here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You guys have had it's quite the honor. I keep looking up at the signatures you guys have had, and I'm like, all those people are amazing.
Yeah. Well, you're on there too now.
Thanks.
But yeah, we've trained together lots of times, man. At Carlson's, that was fun.
Yeah, you're always a cool dude, man.
Thanks.
Fun rolling with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't go always the way I want it to go when I roll with the guy your caliber, but it's fun. I always have a fun time.
Yeah, you're you like to pick apart technique. That's what I don't like pairing up with somebody who just doesn't like to pick out the nuances. I'm like, if I'm going to pair up with somebody at a seminar, like I'll look across the room, or I'll just take somebody. Yeah. Have a couple training partners. I'm like, you're going to the seminar, right? Yeah. Because I like both of us to take notes. That way later on when we drill it.
Yep.
You know, that's where people go wrong with seminars. Is they're like, I don't go to seminars because I don't get anything out of it. I'm like, well, that's your fault.
It's
did you
exactly
take
your
notes?
fault. Right.
People have
Are
said
you
that to you
afterwards. Yeah, all the time. I get people all the time. I'm like, why don't you ever go to seminars? And they're like, I don't learn anything from it. I'm like, that's your fault.
Yeah,
100%.
Take notes, man, and drill it afterwards.
Yeah. I've heard people say, there wasn't enough content at a seminar. I'm like, what?
Right.
Give me one thing.
Give me one thing. That's all I
That's
want.
it. Those are the best seminars.
Those are the best.
We're doing omoplata today. Like that's all we're doing. Awesome. A couple of different setups, a couple of different finishing techniques, but just that move, that you get a lot out of that.
100%.
When guys come in and I really want to give you your money's worth, and they show you 50 things, it's like,
too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Way too much.
Get me good at the one thing that you want to show me today.
Yeah. The one thing you mastered, We just had a seminar with Gabriel Wilcox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's amazing, right? How about that omoplata?
That's really good details.
Yeah.
Because I've gone to Clark Gracie seminar in Deerfield, and that was also, omoplata, and they're completely different spectrums. Like the way Clark applies it and his philosophy behind the omoplata, and then Gabriel's. It's totally different, but they're the same
One
move.
of the many beautiful
But
things
it's
about
so
martial
beautiful.
arts, isn't it?
Yeah.
100 different ways to do one thing.
Right.
I love that.
It's so,
None
it
of them
was
wrong.
interesting. Like I'm in the seminar, it was just the other night, and I'm like, wow, this is completely, I would never even think of these setups and how he was going and how he'd break you down. And Clark is more flowy. He'll jump around. He'll move. It was really like, I was like, oh, okay. There's so many different levels. And Gabriel, which I found out he's my age. He's born in 75.
Okay.
And so he started jiu-jitsu in 1989 when he was 13. That's that's when
he's been
I was
a black belt since 2000.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's so impressive. And he's my size. He's like maybe a little shorter than I am, but maybe a little heavier than me. But just I roll with him. I'm like he's like just tight and just stuck to you. You're like, and he just moves around and forget it.
Yeah. And that's nice too, because the details that he's showing you is going to work for your body type.
Right.
But he's brilliant too, because Max, one of our brown belts, is like 6'4" or whatever, and I was repping with him, and Gabriel had like really good details for guys with super long legs too. Okay, you're going to want to change this and this because your legs are so fucking
That's the best
long.
part about teaching is,
Right.
I try to teach people that feel like they can't do jiu-jitsu. That's one of my favorite things is when people are like, oh, I'm not athletic. I'm like, good, come here. I'm going to show you what makes jiu-jitsu awesome.
Right.
Because you're going to be able to do things to people that you didn't think you ever could. I just promoted a blue belt. I hope she doesn't mind me saying 50. She's 50. And I tell you what, she'll trick the shit right out of you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And you would look at her and be like, oh, she just seems cool person. What? No, she'll choke the shit out of you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the demeanor is interesting in jiu-jitsu, right? Like off the mat, people are like so
Yeah.
cool, so calm. But then in a roll, it's like it's interesting. Like we're going to war in that roll, and we're just like, and then that 5 minutes ends or 6 or 7, and then we're just so calm and so cool and so relaxed. Like no other sport that I can think of is like that different, Usually like I guess I really don't have a lot to compare to because I wasn't really big into sports, but I can just imagine like being a football player or something, that intensity like on, and then you get off, you're still all huge, pumped up. Everyone's like, and they're just, you kind of, it's always portrayed in movies as being like that. Whereas in jiu-jitsu, we're like super cool, calm, 5 minutes of chaos, and then we're all in love again. You know what I mean? It's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic between everyone, and I kind of like that feeling. Knowing that I can look at this guy, we're cool, we shake hands, and then boom, we go to war for 5 minutes, and it could be a technical, it could be a chaotic mess. You don't know what you're gonna get.
I prefer the technical chess rolls. You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? Like if you catch me, I want you to catch me because you caught me because
Right.
you're clever.
Right.
Not because
Yes.
you're just like I'm smashing.
I agree.
I like
It's
I like all of it.
Do you? Yeah, that's
Sure.
true. Yeah.
Sometimes I just like to.
Variety.
Yeah, sometimes I just like, let's just beat the hell out of each other. Let's just see what
Just-
happens. Are we
just
going for
kind of
technique?
move.
Nah, let's just beat each other up for a while. Then other times, let's just be,
Well, you were telling me earlier MMA, right? So you came from MMA.
Yeah, sort of. Well, my
Is his mic on?
Yeah. Well, you
Jump
just
up
need-
real close on that. Let me see.
how's that? Is that good?
Are you
Yeah,
hearing
he's
that?
good.
Oh,
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. He's just got a soft voice.
Okay.
He's just a little quiet.
I need to be a little louder. Usually
I'll
I'm
raise it
louder.
up a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Good.
All right. Well, in 1999, I was working in a glass factory in my hometown, and we had just found out about the UFC, so I was just trying to play catch up.
Hang on. Glass factory.
Yeah.
Like below, like
No,
making
no.
vases.
The glass
and-
would come in the size of a wall. They called them in packs. They called it. So like imagine that wall, but glass of various thicknesses.
Yeah.
This station would bring it in off the truck. They'd set it up. Another forklift driver would come around, take it to this station. They would cut it up and do this shit to it. Take it to this station. This station would do that. Yeah, anything from drilling holes in it. Made a lot of caps for the back of pickups. So
Okay.
yeah, stuff like that. Sucked. $7.50 an hour to bleed every day and just hate life. Like,
Yeah.
if you know me for 5 minutes, can you imagine me taking a piece of glass, putting it on a conveyor belt, waiting for it to go roll away, and then putting the other one down?
Oh my God.
Holy shit! Oh man, you've realized what you don't want to do in life real quick.
Yeah.
So I did that for 2.5 years.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. 2.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So then, somewhere in there, a friend of mine who he did karate at a town next door, and he got really good at the kata and all that, non-touching sparring stuff. And I tried to train with them a couple times, and they're like, "Yeah, you don't fit in here. You like to really hit people." And so like I just wasn't down for the kata. I didn't give a shit about kata.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just wanted to spar. So later on, when the UFC was like I said, in '99, his instructor goes, "Hey, you want to fight?" I'm like, "Yeah." All I did in high school is I played football and lifted weights. I was a 185-pound offensive and defensive lineman. And if you know anything about football, that's usually where the biggest guys in the world are pushing each other around.
Okay.
But I was so shitty at all other sports. I couldn't catch, couldn't throw, wasn't fast. They were like, "Can you get in the way long
Right.
enough for a quarterback to throw the ball?"
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that. All right, yeah, I can try that." And So I played football. And the only thing I had, you know, when you're a 185-pound lineman, you better have some fucking grit. You better have grit. And I found out big guys don't like to get hit in the chin, and I didn't mind hitting guys. So I wasn't good at it, but I wasn't terrible either, you know.
Right.
And so anyway, karate instructor goes, "You want to do an MMA fight?" Sean says you're watching the UFC all the time. I'm like, sure. So I start training in my living room with another friend who he used to take karate and stuff, and we were trying submission holds on each other, breaking in tables and shit. And I went in, and I'm like, I don't even know what to wear. I wore, back then, I used to really love pro wrestling. I wore black jean shorts because I was like, at least I'm going to look like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That'd be funny.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
In your MMA fight?
Yeah.
Jean shorts.
Yeah. I walk in, and the referee looks at me and he goes, "Where's your gloves?" I go, "We're wearing gloves?" And he goes, "Yeah, go on and put some gloves on." This event was hysterical, dude. Wow. I wasn't even the funniest part that happened at this event. Dude, there's a guy who tried the jump over the ropes thing, you know, backflip over the ropes.
Yeah.
Face planted.
Oh my God.
Face planted. Gets up, does the backflip, and tries to save the day. He's like, all right, I did. See, I can do a backflip. Nah, you already fell on your face, dude.
Yeah.
So then he gets tapped out in like, I don't know, 20 seconds. It's just amazing. So I held my own, you know. I popped the guy a couple times, and, you know, I just ended up gassing out because I had no cardio back then at all. And, but I was like, this is it. This is what I have to do, man. I have to do this. I want to do this. So I ended up going to college right after that and training Muay Thai in Fremont, Ohio, home of Mark Holman. Okay. And trained Muay Thai, and we did jiu-jitsu on Fridays, even though my Muay Thai instructor would always say, look, I don't have any rank in this. Here's what I know, and we're just going to do this one thing 1,000 times, and then you guys can spar all you want. Tap out. Don't get hurt, have fun.
Right.
And we had one blue belt under Hoist who had his blue belt, got it at a seminar kind of thing, you know. And I remember one day him screaming at me, turning around and like wanting to hit me because I cross-faced him. And I'm like, I didn't even understand why he was upset. I know now why, you know, because he's a blue belt. He shouldn't have gotten cross-faced by me. And I'm like, it is what it is, dude.
Yeah.
You know, so... So all throughout college, I was fighting in these like amateur MMA fights on the weekends in Columbus, Ohio. We'd go to these armories and stuff, and they'd say, "All right, guys, here's the rules. How much you weigh? 185? How much you weigh? 145? Well, you can either go home and not fight, or you can fight this guy. Go.
There you go.
And then see what happens." And they would even say, "All right, I hear the cops might show up, and if they show up, we'll get in what we can. Let's go. Let's hurry up."
No shit.
Yeah, and it would be sometimes
it was real underground stuff.
Yeah,
huh?
sure. It was crazy. Yeah.
This is what year? Late 90s?
99, 2000,
Okay.
2001. I think. Because I moved to Chicago in 2001. As soon as I found out Carlson Gracie Sr. and Jr. were in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time got accepted to UIC for grad school. So we came and visited a couple times, and I found out through MMA.tv, which back then was submissionfighting.com, that, you know, Senior and Junior were here. I knew Shoney Carter was here, and I had already been contacting him, emailing him, and he was like, yeah, come, we'll train. So my first visit to Chicago, I didn't give a shit about the Sears Tower. I don't give a shit about the Bean. I was like, show me Shoney Carter and Carlson Gracie Sr. and Jr.
Right.
And that's exactly what I did. I trained with Shoney, and I expected a class to go on. No, Shoney shows up half hour late, which is his MO sometimes. Right. No offense, Shoney. But he just worked out with me for like 2 hours, and at the end of it, he's like, "Hey, man, you moved to Chicago. We're going to be friends." And I'm like, all right. What do you know? Like later on, I ended up training with him on and off at Chicago Fitness Center for my striking and stuff.
Nice.
And for a couple years. And then I just packed up and moved here after being in college for 3 years and saying, I just can't pretend like I want to be a high school teacher anymore.
And then, so you were a high school teacher?
No, I dropped out of college before I got my degree.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So when you moved to Chicago, what'd you do?
I became a personal trainer.
Nice.
Well, actually, for the first 9 months, I did hardly anything. I crashed on friends' couches, and
Right.
you know, luckily, I had a couple really great friends. These hippy dippy Grateful Dead guys. One worked for the EPA, and one was a chef. And they were like, "Yeah, dude, crash on our couch, live your dream." Like,
awesome.
I'm like, I'm not going to pay you any money, right? He's like, "Nah, don't worry about it. Go pick up our burritos that we're going to buy you, and
Right.
we'll call it even." I'm like, all right.
Right.
Still a great guy. Still friends with those guys. Have to be. I crashed on their couches until like for like 6-9 months, something like that, and then personal training business finally took off enough.
At what point did you buy your first pair of fight shorts?
That's a good question.
How many MMA fights did you have in these jean shorts, man?
I only did one. I think I retired him after one fight.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Did you got them like in glass on a wall somewhere?
No.
Signed?
No, but I do have the shorts that came after, or the little Valley Tudo shorts.
Oh, yeah?
I look at those things now. I'm like, oh man, no way I can wear those again. Yeah, it was the only bad boy shorts back then. You had to get a pair of bad boys.
Yeah, that's right. The Vitor Belfort ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many MMA fights do you have?
I did some like amateur ones. I did like probably 6. I don't know, when I was doing the amateur stuff. I jumped in with the pros way too quickly and fought people way out of my caliber. So it is what it is. People are going to Google anyway if they really want to. But I'm 0-8 as a pro. But it is what it is. I fought way too soon. Like I had virtually no training, and they were like, "Hey, you want to fight?" You know, I fought Dean Thomas two fights after he fought BJ Penn.
Damn.
Yeah, I was what they would call a tomato can. You know,
Well, you have 8 more MMA fights than everybody else listening,
Well,
pretty much. So
the only thing I had going for me was just that, like, you know, great. I was going to come out and fight.
Right.
You know, I didn't have hardly any talent whatsoever, but I was going to come out and try to fight.
You were a scrapper.
I was a scrapper, sure.
Right.
I just wasn't very good.
No worries. So then you started jiu-jitsu. Like,
Yeah.
seriously started jiu-jitsu when
Yeah.
you moved to Chicago.
Yeah.
And that was strictly with Carlson
Yes.
Jr.
Yes.
And senior.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
So
that
how
was when Maneko was like, I think he was a fresh purple belt when I got here, I think.
Yeah.
Don't, you know, I might double check those years, but I'm pretty sure he was a purple. Jay Valco was a blue belt, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Jay Valco asked me one day, he goes, "Do you remember your first workout here?" And I'm like, "No, of course not." And he goes, "Well, you rolled with somebody really hard and you like bloodied up their lip or something like that." And somebody goes, "Hey, Jay, how many omoplatas can you throw on the new guy?" In like 5 minutes. And it was probably around 37. I don't know.
So wow, man, to be in that group of guys. That
Stephen Bonner back then.
Yeah, that was an interesting group, man.
Savages.
Yeah.
It was a room of killers.
So how was the training back then compared to now? Since you're still in it, obviously now. So how do you compare the two?
Well, senior was very much about just the basics. Like,
There you go.
he was very much about the basics, and he was just going to do the same technique over and over again until you got it right.
Okay.
I heard him more than once when somebody would say, "Senior, we did this on Monday. Can we do something different?" And he would go, "No, it still sucks today like it sucked on Monday," basically. You know?
Okay, yeah.
So, we the training was cool. Like he would have one person, like fully extended arm bars. We'd have to try to fight out of those positions and
Okay.
things like that.
Yeah, that's
And,
nice.
You know, it was kind of fun. A couple times he would have, when Bonner was getting ready to fight in the Ultimate Fighter, he just had us line up, and for 1 minute from his guard, all he had to do was try to tie us up. And some people were coming in there they were open hand slapping him.
right.
People were like being nice. They were like patting him. Like, no, this guy's gonna go fight killers.
Yeah.
You know, I knew he was gonna fight Forrest Griffin. I fought on the same card as Forrest Griffin years ago.
Okay.
And I'm like, you don't understand. This guy he's fighting is a killer. So I came out there and I was trying to smack the shit out of Bonner, you know, because I cared about him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But you know, it's funny when people were trying just to do these light taps. I'm like, no way, man. We got to try to beat the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And was that no gi then too? Like
Yeah.
that was the training.
Yeah. I actually did mostly no gi when I first moved here, so I only wanted to fight.
Okay.
And
yeah.
then senior would tell me, he's like, "You got to put on the gi, Jason Bender," and he's right. You got to put that gi on.
Yeah, it's important. I think it's important now.
Yeah.
I mean, after coming from a no gi, strictly no gi, to throwing a gi on, I mean, it's always up for debate. It's so, I don't even know if you can say it's subjective, but
Did you read Josh Hanger's latest post
I did not.
about
No,
the
I
gi and no
didn't.
gi argument? That he's exactly right. He goes, "They're both awesome.
Yeah.
Do them both.
Right.
Just do them both and quit debating. Why
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good
You know,
point.
Which
That's
flavor
like,
of
fuck
which
this
flavor of
debate.
ice cream? All of them.
Yeah.
They're all, yeah.
Vanilla or
Exactly.
chocolate. I don't know. Give me a scoop of both.
I don't
dude.
care.
Yeah.
Surprise me.
I'll eat 2 scoops.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It seems silly, you know, but there, you know, I like it both. There's no, I can't imagine not doing one without the other.
No.
You know,
Absolutely not.
it's fun.
Yeah, I
It's
love
like-
doing both.
It's like you add more. It's like having, you know, like 2 scoops of ice cream. It's like, what? Both is better. I mean, I'd love to have chocolate and vanilla all the time or whatever.
Like the debate of striking versus grappling. I'm like, you should probably be at least good enough in all areas, I think.
Right.
I think you should do a little, I think grapplers are missing out on doing striking. You learn about grappling by doing striking. You learn about who you are when you get punched in the face.
Yeah. Real quick.
And you learn, like, if you don't know how to evade a punch to get a takedown, dude, just go ahead and try to pull guard in the street. Like they say, I'm not the first one to say that, man. Don't pull guard in the street. You better know how to avoid a punch long enough to take the guy down if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Or just avoid the punches.
Right.
Just get the hell away.
Paul, do you come from boxing or any type of stand-up martial art?
No, I did. I boxed for like 9 months at this place called Cornerstone Gym. It was the corner of Harlem and Higgins, and they went out of business, and then I just never really picked it up. So I was there with them for like their last 9 months of business, and then they just came one day and the doors were shut. I was
wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I learned a few things there, but shitload of backyard fights, shitload of garage fights, a bunch of street fights.
Those are some of the funnest, though.
Early 20s.
I never did a whole lot of street fighting. I was just like, I didn't really get into. I always try. Plus, it's just not fun.
It's not.
When I'm out and about, the last thing I ever want to do is fight.
Yeah.
When if a guy messed with me in a bar, my first goal was to make him laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is now, but with the group I was running with back in like my early 19, 20, 21, when you had like a fake ID, and you were like out at the bars when you were 19 and 20, it was like, yeah, dude, we were fucking scrapping. We were scrapping like every other weekend, man. It was fucking bad. Like, I'm embarrassed to admit it, but yeah, if someone was giving you shit, it was like, let's do this. Yeah. Stupid. Could have killed somebody, could have got killed.
Right.
Sure. I mean, you hear about it all the time. Someone gets fucking flatlined and
then they hit the pavement.
Their head hits the curb and they're dead. And now you're in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
For nothing.
For nothing.
Jail
you
looks
couldn't
like
get
it
laid.
sucks really
what
bad.
I mean?
I really don't want to go there.
The guys who couldn't get laid were the guys fighting outside the bar, like at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing the wrong thing, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I didn't know that, Paul. That's crazy, man. So you feel pretty confident on your feet, stand-up wise?
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
That's why I could never really entertain a jiu-jitsu beef. Like if someone like called me out, like, let's have a match, I don't like you. I'd be like, if you don't like me, we're fighting.
Yeah.
Like I have to put my hands on you then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
like,
sense.
This isn't like, I'm going to submit you.
Tap out when you're done.
Yeah, tap out when you're done because I dislike you so much. It's like,
I'm in the
let's throw
Zito
hands
camp
then.
here where I want to be friends with everybody I compete with. That's the best part of.
Yeah.
So that's another cool thing about like dabbling in boxing. I boxed in the Golden Gloves a handful of years ago. I won my first fight and lost the second, whatever. But the boxing community I don't know, I just didn't think it was as friendly. Maybe it's just because I didn't get as deep into it, maybe, just like anything else. But they really have kind of a vetting process where, the boxing community loves the boxing community. And they don't really take other people in that much. Like if they know you dabble in other things, they're just like, yeah, we don't take you seriously.
Oh, really?
At all, yeah.
That and it's hard to be like chill when you're punching someone in the face.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like you could be like a purple or brown belt and a white belt can come in and you could flow roll with them and pass and kind of let them like almost sweep you and you could put work in with them. It's kind of hard to do boxing.
It is.
It's like, yeah, I could pull my shots a little bit. I'm not going to wind up and crack you, but like I still like we're boxing here. Like I got to punch you in the face.
And then the problem is when you're going against somebody. I was having this problem the other day when I couldn't resist. I had to go back and do some Muay Thai sparring at our gym and sparred with these guys. I knew I'd been doing this a lot longer than a lot. And I'm just trying to be nice and just pop jabs. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be cool and I'm trying not to do anything too much. What do you know? Overhand right from this kid. Bang. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, you can't, like, if a white belt taps you, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, we know that you know that I know that you know kind of deal.
Right.
Just keep going, whatever. Even if they legit catch you,
Right.
your feelings probably aren't hurt. You're probably happy for that white belt. Am I wrong?
Right,
I
yeah.
am anyway.
Yeah, I am.
I'm like,
I am too.
oh,
I go,
dude,
okay,
that-
this guy's going to be a solid training partner in a couple
Exactly.
months. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get punched in the face by a new person, you're ready to head kick them. I'm just like, that's it.
It's a different response.
Yeah.
It's like you just rang my bell. And
Yeah,
now I gotta
and now I'm
fucking
like,
swing
great.
on
Now I
you.
have a headache all day.
Right.
Awesome,
Yeah.
brain cell's gone.
Yeah.
that memory's gone.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd like. I know I'm not a fan of like getting punched in the face. I already know that. I don't like. Don't punch me in the face. even when an
I don't think anyone's a fan of that, dude.
I think some people are. I don't know. I mean, some
Yeah,
people
that's true.
they just like Diego Sanchez. I don't think that guy minds it.
Or like Nate Diaz.
Or Nate
Like,
Diaz. No, I think Nate Diaz does.
You think so?
Fuck yeah. Both the Diaz brothers. Man, they always talk about it. I don't want to get punched in the face. Fuck this shit. All that.
They always say, I don't want to get punched in the face for this bullshit money
Right.
they're giving me.
But
like,
I think they legitimately don't like to do that. I
that's
don't-
so interesting.
But I
to
think
me
a guy like
because,
Diego Sanchez, on the other hand, I mean, that guy like feeds off that. You punch him or Gilbert Melendez. I think he's another one who you hit him and he just gets enraged him and
Yeah.
he performs better. You know,
True. I mean, that's same thing with Cowboy Cerrone. Like, you got to punch him 10 times in the face before he's like, oh shit, I'm in a fight.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, his first rounds are quite.
Yeah, he's a slow
But-
starter.
But I think he's been doing a lot better. That last fight with him and
I think it's because he's at 170 now.
you think that's why?
I think so, dude.
He's not as tired?
Too big of a cut.
Too big of a cut at 55?
This late in his career, just fight
stop
at 70.
Just fight.
Yeah.
Cutting weights is ridiculous. Ugh.
So what about your jiu-jitsu career now? Like you were telling me earlier that, you know, when you were white and blue belt competing.
Yeah, I
You
did
felt
okay.
good?
I didn't know. One problem was I didn't really. Well, first of all, I didn't have any money at all. Like I said, I was literally sleeping on couches. I was sleeping in gyms sometimes, things like that.
Yeah.
I had no money to compete. Are you kidding? I need to eat. You know, so it was tough. So
Yeah, life was real.
Yeah, people are like, "We're going to Pan Am's. You going to Pan Am's?" I'm like, "I'm trying to get an apartment." You know,
Right.
IBJJF doesn't allow jean shorts, so
Section A, Article B, the
Right.
Jason Bender rule.
it's not actually in the rule book. We just thought it would be totally self-explanatory. Fucking hillbilly.
Oh, we got a dude that works out at the gym I work at. He works out in jeans, and I get I'm like, it makes my skin crawl. I'm like, you're working out in jeans, bro.
Yes.
Buy some shorts.
Yeah.
Here, I have extra ones. Come here.
Yeah.
Jean shorts, man. Just not a good look at all.
Hey, tell that to Stone Cold Steve Austin. He'll curb stomp you, man.
That's true. But you know, he would slam 2 beers afterwards,
He
which
would.
makes
He
up
would.
for it.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Did
don't
you ever
know.
think about
I've
doing
never
that?
seen Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, how
fight.
dare you,
How
sir.
dare you.
How dare you.
I'm sorry. I have no
That's
idea.
the-
I mean, I know about him, but I don't know like what you guys are referring to.
Did you have a nickname back in the day?
Did I?
Yeah, like a fight nickname?
No. With the last name like Bender, it's just like the announcer always just enunciated Bender.
But what's your
and I was like,
don't you have an Instagram? What's it?
Oh, it's just Body by Bender.
Body by
I
Bender,
was
that's
trying to
it.
remember even on the way here. It might be Jeff Neal. It sounds like it sounds like something Jeff Neal would do. He's a big nickname guy and all this stuff. I think it might have even been him that one day said Body by Bender, and I'm like, oh, that's so cheesy. That's so cheesy. And then I just kind of went with it. It's just like, all right, whatever.
All right.
People remember it. Body by Bender, you know.
Isn't that the name of your business now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works out.
Whatever. People remember it.
Wasn't there a wrestler? Wasn't there the Body?
Jesse the Body Ventura.
Jesse
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
That's him.
Yeah.
Governor.
Yeah.
Governor
the
Jesse.
governor.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Body. He didn't
He
have
was
much
also
of a
in
body though.
He was,
It's
also,
weird.
he was also in Predator
Yeah,
and The
that's
Running
true.
Man.
Yes.
And he is just spinning off this earth right now too. Like he's in a combine, like in Mexico. Like he
What?
does like a
Is that-
podcast.
Yeah,
he does
yeah.
like a podcast from
Oh
there.
my God.
Like he left the country kind of guy. Like
he just-
like Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo, kind of like conspiracy. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, global government and
Oh,
all this.
wow.
Yeah,
I mean, he might be right. You never know.
true, but
I just don't have time for that.
Is there no time
there's
for
just no
conspiracy?
time for it. You know,
Yeah,
you always hear Eddie Bravo on Joe's podcast, just like, no, you got to check out
He
the
doesn't.
video.
Do you
where
think
the-
he really
How
believes
much
most of the shit he's
fucking
talking about? You
YouTube
guys have
is
actually
he-
hung out with him. I've been to 2
I
of
do.
his seminars.
I believe.
And
I believe he
I feel
believes.
like he's playing up a gimmick.
No,
But I don't know. No, he really believes there's
I think there's a little bit of trolling in there, but
Yeah.
Not much.
Not much.
Because I mean, we hung out at headquarters and off, the
I mean, you've
mic
been
and
out to
everything like
dinner
that.
with them and
yeah,
shit.
and it's like that's how it
See,
is.
it was like I had to turn away
Whoa.
at one point during the dinner because like I can't listen to this anymore.
I couldn't.
Don't meet your heroes, huh?
The what?
Don't meet your heroes.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's still funny.
It's still
Like,
funny
I
as
get
shit.
a kick
But
out of
it's just that's him. So you either that's him and that's how you like him and that's great.
So
he's a cool guy regardless. He's
Yeah.
funny as
So
shit.
we're saying he's the exact same off mic as he is on.
Yeah,
mic.
he's not.
Yeah.
He's not much
Like,
of a. Sometimes when he's trying to be funny, just play the part. But you can kind of tell. But no, that's him, man. It's just the way he is, and
Wow.
it's cool. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'll still have him on the podcast
Absolutely,
any day,
absolutely.
anytime. Open invitation.
But please talk about jujitsu.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to talk more about jujitsu or jujitsu conspiracy theories.
Although there is a couple times though they make funny little jokes though in his seminars when he drops in. And he has somebody like in double. What do you guys call it? Dead orchard.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like start all of a sudden chemtrail joke, and he knows what he's doing.
yeah,
with that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, for
right.
sure. Yeah, I mean, he can laugh at
cute.
himself. He
Yeah.
knows that he is the way he is, so he's not like oblivious to the fact
Sure.
that he goes down this rabbit hole all
Yeah.
the time. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can appreciate that. So you're crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. And you can laugh at it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
perfect.
And he says that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm fucking nuts. I'm
Right.
crazy. But his main thing is how can people not question certain things?
Which is
He's
true.
not necessarily like, no, this is what happened. I know for sure. He goes, how can you just accept
Right.
what the media is telling you?
Right.
And I agree with him about that for sure.
I mean, the shitty thing about conspiracy theories is this: a lot of them turn out to be true,
Right.
And that's the crazy part. And then you're like, well, if this is true, then is this true?
Did you watch that documentary, Unacknowledged?
No,
Is that what it is? Unacknowledged.
I love me
not sure.
a good documentary,
Something
though.
like that. It was just on Netflix. I just saw it the other night. Yeah, I think it's called Unacknowledged or whatever. It's it's a UFO conspiracy, all that fun stuff. But I don't know. It was you look at those. It's kind of like watching Ancient Aliens. If you ever seen that show on History. You kind of see, and it's like, wow, if you watch an episode, you're like, wow, it could be true. And then you go and look into it, and then like they fudge some of the numbers, and some of
Yeah.
the stuff wasn't exact. And, they make it seem, and it becomes like, just a television show. Just like
Yeah.
all, like, I'll put in quotes, reality shows aren't real. You know,
Right.
it's just, they named it reality.
Ugh.
That's the name of this type of show.
Yeah.
This type of sitcom.
Right.
It's called reality.
Yeah,
it's all
trying to get
staged and all.
clickbait,
Right. But it's not real.
I don't have time
life.
for that. I have 5 more seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to catch up on.
I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. Is that good?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's silly fun.
I just started watching Ozark.
I hear that's good.
I just finished it.
It's
fucking great.
It seems really good so
Really
far.
good.
I think I'm
Gets
only on
better.
a few in.
How many episodes?
I'm only on a few in. So
yeah, there's 10 episodes,
10,
and it's
yeah.
only season 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh,
I just
Netflix
finished
is the best,
Narcos.
huh? The skip, then the skip intro button, then the skip where they show you what happened last episode button.
Yeah.
Oh, dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it down.
Dreams have been made.
But
We're in the
Game of
greatest time
Thrones,
life.
Paul, you're a Game of Thrones guy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That was great. No, I won't give any spoiler alerts, but damn, it was
You've
fucking
had
good.
time.
It's really good.
That's not,
I mean, if you didn't watch it by now,
don't
there's
make your
something wrong
problems
with
my
you.
problems.
Right.
I watched a documentary called Rats.
Rats?
Yeah. It's,
Oh,
it's on-
Jesus.
it's on Netflix.
Yes.
It's fucked.
I do not want to watch that.
Yeah, dude, because rodents freak me out. You
They
know?
do?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just like, there's fucking.
Oh, I don't know. The Black Plague.
Yeah, they're like, it's just
true.
hardwired in my body to be like, God, get the fuck away from me,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't like anything that hangs out in a dumpster for fun.
Yeah. This is a really good documentary, though.
Is it?
Like, yeah, about like rats in New York and the way they fucking operate and stuff. And
Like they operate.
Yeah.
Like
The dude who-
underground mob
yeah,
operate.
yeah, dude, yeah.
That sounds funny.
Hey, come on over here, Vinny.
See,
Right.
there's rats and then there's New York.
Right,
rats, you know?
exactly.
But no, who's the guy who did Supersize Me?
Morgan Spurlock.
Morgan Spurlock did
Yeah.
it, I think. And he's got this old school New York exterminator guy, like in there. So they like sit him down, and he's there, and he's like smoking a cigar and stuff. And he's like, let me tell you about something about killing rats, okay? And he's like super into like killing rats, dude. It's like a fetish almost for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Every time this guy comes on mic, it's fucking great.
Dude, back in I don't know if I ever told this story on the podcast, but this company I used to work for, book covers, they had like a rat problem. And so I used to be a machinist. So one of the guys, our head machinist was Portuguese. and the rat, he would have his lunch. So Frank Santana, he would have his lunch, and all cookies and everything like that, you know, packaged every day. His wife made them every day, put in there, and a rat came and ate one of his cookies. Right, so he went on this vendetta against all these rats.
Oh yeah,
he would trap them. He made these traps, gangster traps, but they wouldn't kill him in the trap. He just trap them
and make the family members of the rat watch him kill it.
Basically, watch. So this is what he would do. So then he'd say, "Okay, Anthony, I got one." I say, "Okay." We open a potato sack. I'd hold the potato sack open. He'd dump the rat live, like in the potato sack, and I'd take the potato sack and hit it on the ground and whack the rat till it's dead.
Right.
Then he'd take the rat out by the tail and then place it by his like lunch table, so then other rats would come, they'd see it. He'd leave it there
That's
for like a
Godfather
week.
shit right there. That's the horse in the
He'd kill
bed.
a whole family that way. I mean, hundreds of them. Like every day, I'd be like, "There's another fucking rat out there just laying there." Like these aren't little; these are like Chicago style rats.
Right.
It was crazy.
I had one run across my foot once when because I ride my bike.
Fuck
And
that,
one time,
really?
Yeah. One time I was in an alley and you slow down to go over speed bumps, and a rat just ran right up my boot and just ran right off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rats don't bother me. They don't really bother me that much because I was in that environment. It didn't really affect me because I'm so used to seeing them.
Right.
Cockroaches, they bother me.
I've seen them.
Bugs bother me.
Cockroaches bother you?
Yeah, I don't like them. No,
That reminds me of, what was it? It was after the last EVI Fight Companion. I think it was like me, you, and Javi were like the last ones hanging out, and we saw a cockroach here in the office.
Oh,
and it was
scream like a girl? Did he
right
scream
up
like a girl?
against the corner.
I'm like,
and
no.
Zito's like, "Fuck, there's a cockroach," and I'm like, "Shit." I'm like, those things are like impossible to kill, right? And then all of a sudden, Javi with the boot, it's like, you were saying? It was fucking awesome.
Javi's the best.
Yeah, that was.
But like,
funny.
I thought they were like,
No.
you know, like if like
You
there's
can
a
kill 'em.
nuclear attack on the world, like they're like the only
Yes.
things that survive, right?
But they will die individually. There's
Right.
just so many of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Cockroaches
like
freak you out.
Yeah, I don't like them. Not a fan.
Versus like rats and mice.
Versus rats.
You know what
but
should
yeah,
scare
don't
you
like
is
'em.
mosquitoes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finishing up
don't
a
tell
couple
me about
books.
this.
1491 and 1493 are the books written by the same author. And there's a whole section on how devastating mosquitoes have been on the human population. Like at times, 90% of an entire country died from malaria or yellow fever and all this. And it's,
Damn.
and then you find it's all mosquitoes like that. This is what scares me the most about this hurricane shit. Like, yeah, shit sucks for these people losing their houses, but the economic or the ecological effect. And
Right.
I've seen a couple articles and I've wanted to click on it. The nerd in me wanted to click on reading what it's going to do, but I'm like, I don't have time to let that. I feel bad. I'll donate to the Red Cross, but God, I can't think about the amount of mosquitoes and malaria that might happen. Like, what if we just get malaria again?
Right. Yes. Right.
For real.
Yeah, that's very true. I didn't think about that. That's a lot.
Boy, this podcast just took a bummer turn.
No,
Let's talk jiu-jitsu.
I mean, I'm just grateful I don't live near a coast, really.
It's all about demographics, right? You don't want to live like I'm glad to live in. I like that we have seasons here.
Me too.
I love
I'm
the
a
winter.
Midwest guy.
I love the fall, spring, summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
It's
tired
cool
of
if you
any
don't have-
season in about 3 or 4 months. I'm tired of that weather.
Yeah.
It's cool if you don't have to work in the elements. If you work in the elements, it blows.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, I work inside of a cozy gym all the time.
Yeah, I work inside a lot.
Although the last gym I worked in, the owner would not turn the heat on in the winter. I was wearing 2 hoodies and I could see my breath, and I'm like,
How could you work out in that? that.
he actually would go. He'd be like, "Morning, Jason, how you feeling?" He'd already be working out 5:30 in the morning or whatever. And I'd go. He'd be like, "How are you?" I'm like, "God, it'd be great if it wasn't freezing
Right.
where I work." And
Yeah.
he goes, "Jason, there's nothing like the feeling of a cold bar in your hands in the morning." I'm like, "Dude, there's also not a feeling like somebody boot kicking me in the face to wake me up in the morning, but I'm not signing up for that, man."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
hey,
I
boss,
can't-
you
I
want to
can't
touch
work
a
out.
cold bar? Leave the bar outside overnight.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
bring it
there you
in
go,
in
bring
the
it in.
morning.
Yeah.
You like cold bars that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird. I cannot work out when it's cold.
No.
I can't get into
I'm
it.
a big fan
at all.
of hotter the better. Just
Yeah.
bring it on. Hot's fine.
Yeah, heat is good because my body reacts better.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, when it's nice
yeah.
and warm. You know, still, I was having a little issue. I rolled over at Lombard on Sunday, and that back issue I had came back a little bit, and I took off Monday when took off Monday and Tuesday, and then I went back on Wednesday, and it worked itself out again. but I don't know what it is. It's just something happens here. I don't know if it's got to be a stiffening of the muscle where after work it out a little bit, and then it feels fine again.
It's got to be like some
massage or anything.
I didn't do any massage, nothing. I just kind of like heat. I just let the heat, like hot water, or take a bath.
Do you roll out and stuff?
I do, but that doesn't. I don't know what it is. It's so awkward because if I turn my head to the right,
area, you know what I mean?
Jason, you were telling me you're all fucked up. You got some shoulder shit and like arm numbness now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. We're all at this point. I think that's what the black belt is they're just going, "You've made it." You know, you're like, you are
crippled. Here
you go. Like this shit's gonna hold you together. You know, here's your sling. It's not your belt. Yeah, you know, just like everybody else, I have all kinds of injuries, but you know, my left hand's almost always numb from some nerve impingement. I don't know. My elbows are kind of
Muay Thai, MMA, Jiu-Jitsu,
and not being good at any of them for most of the time you're doing it.
No, but what do you think? What do you think is fucked up your body the most?
It's definitely been grappling, but my neck, and that's my fault for having bad technique. You know, like one of my major neck and I honestly think football. When I played football, being on the line is a terrible. There's no way I'd let my kid play football if I had a kid. No way. Yeah. Not after knowing what it's done to my body. Yeah, that's where first place my neck got screwed up was football. Let's fire across the line at another human being and run right at each other and hit each other. That's the worst idea. Yeah, it's the stupidest idea. And that was the only thing that's the only thing I was like okay at. I couldn't tackle because all they had to do is barely juke and I wasn't going to get you. Yeah. But if you were right in front of me, I was okay to drill right through you. You know, only thing I liked to do back then was power lift.
Yeah, you've got like a bull mentality.
Yeah. I was straight ahead. You know, I loved bench, squat, deadlift back in high school. That's all I loved to do is lift weights. And then, so I was strong for 185 pounds. But
when you lift weights like that, then you're obviously there's not a lot of weight. Is there a lot of weightlifters that are super flexible? I don't know. Do you lose that flexibility? You know what I mean? That like bendiness because you have so much muscle packed on. You know, and those tendons, you know what I mean? So
are we talking Olympic lifting or powerlifting? You know, I did more like the old school like powerlifting. I didn't even know what a clean and jerk was. That didn't even make sense to me that you would use your hips that way, which is ridiculous now looking back on it.
I just feel when I look at a guy who's got
they don't
size
look comfortable,
on him,
do they?
They don't look like they're like. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you look like you're just like waddling down
the street. And I wonder
part
of my back issues and stuff are from lifting, you know? Right, yeah. I used to try to lift as heavy as possible. I used to love heavy squat. And I wonder, you know, I have a herniated disc in my L4, L5 because I slammed a guy out of a triangle in Toledo, Ohio, whatever, years ago. And I wonder if, like, my back would have been okay if I didn't squat heavy all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
When did rugby turn into our football?
It did. It's totally different, as far as I know. Because isn't the history of American football from America from like right around Theodore Roosevelt's time? Theodore Roosevelt helped change the rules for football.
So they never took it from.
I don't think so.
It was. Rugby was always existed, and then we were like,
I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. I of course, part of this I'm taking is from a drunk history episode. So.
Yeah, I always thought football. That's where they got. No,
I don't think. I don't think they're related. Huh? I could be wrong.
And then we just went Texas on it.
We
could make it better. Yeah, let's do this.
All of those rugby guys, man, that looks way too tough for my life.
Those guys are really fit because I mean, like you have these football linemen and they go out, and their job is tough and it's explosive.
But for 6 seconds.
For 6 seconds, and then they're off. Mm-hmm. First down, second down, third down. All right, we're punting, come out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Rugby is like
you don't stop, right?
Those are really fucking jacked, fit dudes that never stop running, and they're big.
Yeah,
they're always really nice guys too. I've ran into quite a few of them. A buddy of mine, he worked at the old gym that we used to work at together, and his rugby buddies would always come in and lift, and only one of them was kind of standoffish. Wasn't even, but the rest of them were like these fun-loving, enormous guys who were like, "Oh man, that stuff you do is way too hard for us," and their ears would be more cauliflower than mine.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like rugby's the only sport that uses a ball.
Yeah.
Where guys get cauliflower ear.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know.
I didn't know
I've
that
made
they
that
got
mistake a
cauliflower
couple
ear.
times in a
Wow.
store. 'Cause if we're standing in line, I'm a small talker. I love small talk. Bring it on. If we're standing in line, you're not doing anything. I'm probably going to talk to you. Okay?
You're that guy.
Yeah, sure. I don't care. Unabashedly.
Yeah.
But so if I see a person with cauliflower ear, pretty good chance I'm going to come talk to you.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm like, wrestling,
What's
rugby,
up? Where do you
jiu-jitsu,
train?
what's up?
Right.
Where do you train? Who do
yeah.
you know?
Who do you know?
Yeah.
Who'd you get your black belt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullshit.
What rank are you?
Let's go.
Who's he under? Yeah.
Where's your tribal tattoo, bro?
You got a lot of tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Damn. How's that? Now you got a full sleeve there,
Yeah.
and now
You know, it's yeah.
you got the Carlson.
I like the
Gracie.
Carlson and how you have it kind of like woven into the sleeve there.
And there's the Carlson Rooster. Now the reason why my tattoos look like this because it's a lot of cover-ups.
Oh, is that right?
Is that?
Yeah. So when people are like, "I don't want to get a tattoo," I'm like, cover that shit up later.
And there you go.
Yeah.
So
Paul, remember when we made fun of people who got tattoos of their gym logos?
That's because yeah.
so
We had
I kind of
I think it was it with Ben Salas?
what?
When we were
Salas,
like,
yeah.
He's like, well, I got one.
Yeah. Like, shit.
yeah.
that always feels
Well,
great when
here's
you
the
make
thing.
fun of somebody for something.
We
Have
know-
fun
They
with
have
something.
it.
We know too many people that have gotten a gym tattoo and left.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Benjamin Salas and you guys are like what 20 years with Carlson.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's Carlson or die kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
No,
get tatted up if you
Yeah,
want.
I don't, and even if I don't see anything happening, but even if something would happen,
It's still part of your
it's
history,
still
right.
the most important thing that has ever happened to me.
Right.
Period.
Exactly.
There's nothing else.
And I can
that-
appreciate. And it's a pretty badass.
And it's a
logo.
cool tattoo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to look cool. You know?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I
the
told
most
myself,
important.
I see like blue belts and purple belts getting the Carlson Gracie Bulldogs, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
and I'm fine with that.
Easy.
I only got my first Bulldog when I got my brown belt, and I was going to get the other one when I got my black belt.
So where's it going? There?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
okay,
spot.
cool.
You have to. Right across.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, don't get your gym tatted on you when you're a blue belt. You don't even know if you're going to make it yet.
Yeah.
You know,
It just
like, you
seems
could get
weird
fuck-
to me.
You could get like a bad injury where you can't train anymore.
Or what if either A, nobody there likes you, or you don't like them eventually, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Blues. Yeah. It's
Or you
maybe too soon.
move, or you know,
Absolutely.
out of the state.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, get your black belt and then
Yeah,
get the tat,
yeah.
right?
Tattoos are silly anyway. If I went back, I don't know. They're just weird. I don't
Well,
even know why.
you're
you
doing it right though. I mean, like my whole thing is like either get sleeved out, like have a whole piece done where it's like your
Mm-hmm.
chest or your back and everything, or don't get anything at all.
Yeah.
like
Right.
these little like stamps on people's bodies.
Kinda
like,
weird.
Stamp
Yeah,
over here
whatever.
and a
Whatever
stamp
floats
over
your
here.
boat.
I guess.
Hey, how about Riley Bodycomb? He has the one Sambo, but it's not in Russian on
Yeah.
his leg. I think that's cool. He has one tattoo, and what is that tattoo? Sambo. Guess
Yes.
what he's good at?
Yeah,
Right.
And it's on his calf.
Yeah.
and they wear shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. I agree. It's a cool
So-
tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, when we went to Master Worlds, I was noticing like it was everyone there, everybody. I don't have any tattoos. Everyone there was like just tatted up to the like. I'm like, maybe it's cool not to be tatted up. Like,
Well,
maybe
You're different now.
Of
Now I'm
adults
You're
over
different.
18, if you have no tattoos, you're now the cool one because you're in the minority now.
Yeah, I'm the minority.
More people over the age of 18 have tattoos than don't.
Right.
I don't know where I heard that. I could have just made that up.
No, I mean it's got to be true.
Jamie, Google that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every chick you know has like a little thing on their ankle
Yeah.
or like right here on their wrist. It's like every one of them.
We have a training partner who, as a joke, did a GoFundMe, and then everybody just actually chipped in, and he has a tramp stamp that's all swirly and flowery, and it says "Bad Mama Jamma."
Oh God.
But if you know Arthur, you're like, yeah, all right, that makes sense. He's a wild man.
All right.
I saw a dude riding his bike in Wicker Park, and he had the Chicago skyline tattooed. He had a tramp stamp of the Chicago skyline.
Shot. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Whatever floats your
and
boat,
with
man.
like a T-shirt that like came up to like show it while
Yeah.
he was cycling. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
I'm
You didn't
like-
take a photo of that?
I did not. No.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I always talk about wanting to get a tattoo, and I actually have some pieces that I like, and I've been to a tattoo parlor, and I was just like, I just can't pull the trigger.
Well, dude, Randy Couture didn't get his first tattoo till he was like 50.
He's
And then
like
he
pretty
got
sleeved
sleeved
up now,
out.
right?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's hope for me. So I can still
Don't do
sure.
what I do though. I go train way too soon, and like my last bulldog, like I just had to get this retouched because you could literally see fingerprints.
Oh, really?
Where because I went and trained like The next day.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Some
But-
people do that though. Michelle from Temple Planet Chicago, she got tattooed like I think it was the same day, and she was in training. It's
a terrible idea.
And she just had a cover up. She's like, "Oh, I'm a little sensitive there." I'm like, "What did you do?" She just got a tattoo. I'm like,
It's just because of the dirt. You're
What are
an
you doing?
open wound. You're a big open wound.
Yeah, of course.
You know, for 2 days I didn't. I didn't get to. So upset. I was so excited to be there every single day. For break in the new black belt. Come on, beat my ass. Let's go, bring it
Yeah,
on, right?
right.
And then somebody cut me with
Yeah,
their
I see that.
toe or fingernail right across my forehead. Been putting Neosporin on it, but it was like all puffy and yellow.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I already have a toenail scar from between my eyebrows. I went for a toe hold on Sam Ferguson, and he booted up and sliced. Just
Wow.
blood dripped straight down.
Oh,
And
damn.
So now just this little guy changed, as my wife says, it changed the landscape of my face.
the landscape.
But all right, the nose is already crooked. We can just keep it all up,
Cut
So-
your nails, people.
Cut the nails, file
Yeah, and file them too.
Yeah, I found mine.
constantly.
Especially the toes.
I have a kit. To go online, get like the $10 kit where
What
it's
you
got
do
the
is you
clippers,
have a
this little-
fanny pack.
There you go.
With your nail
Jason
file.
Bender, yeah, your
That's a big fanny pack, though.
That's
right.
That's pretty large.
fanny packs seem to be coming back around.
No.
Between Joe
No, they're
Rogan
not coming
and
back
Pete the
around.
Greek and Jason Bender. I mean,
Look, here's the deal. My views on fashion are this. That's it. I don't have any
But
views
what
on
do you?
fashion.
What do you
I just
need?
don't know.
What do you need?
Why do you
need
care?
all that room for? Like I have my
What
phone.
does your wife say
and
about
I have
that?
What does my wife
wallet.
say?
That's it.
Well, first she didn't want me to get it either because my wife is an interior designer and she's
Okay.
really like fashionable. Like even a day when she's looking what she would consider drab, people are like, oh, look at that outfit. She just looks cool all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like wear heavy metal shirts and jeans constantly or shorts, right? That's it. And I kept wanting to get a fanny pack because I keep losing shit. I'm the guy that will lose shit, lose my house keys, lose a phone, lose a wallet, all this stuff.
right.
So finally, I'm like, let me get a fanny pack. Let me get a fanny pack. She goes, you're going to look like an idiot. And I go, but I'm not going to lose shit. And then finally, I'm like, look, honey, you got to understand the husband that wants a fanny pack is the husband that is not trying to fuck anybody else. That's for sure.
100%.
100%.
100% true.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
yeah.
Very true.
She's like, yeah. Go ahead, get the fanny pack.
Go ahead. So now, hey, what do you got? You're not going to lose your
I mean,
wallet.
what's wrong
Got
with
your
just-
sriracha right
You
there.
got sriracha in there.
I work on my bike, so I got my Allen key in
keys.
there. Got a pop. Every man better have a knife on him.
Okay.
Got the
Just in
knife.
case. Got a sore tooth there.
Sore tooth.
Got some breath freshener.
Okay. Okay.
Chapstick. Got it. Bags are illegal now, so you carry this little guy around. Check
Wait.
this
What's
guy
that?
out.
What is that?
This is a bagoo.
A bagoo.
Oh, you guys are going to sponsor me. Bagoo.
Okay.
Whip
you
this
gotta
guy
pay
out. Check this out. Bam.
You got to pay 7 cents per bag you
Yeah.
use at the grocery store.
So now I
Chicago
have a bag I
tax.
carry everywhere. You fold
Oh,
it back
you
up.
serious?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did
So
not
this little
know
guy's
about
like,
that.
if I fold it correctly, it looks like a credit card. Fits in the old fanny pack. Then you whip that guy out every time you're at the store.
What's wrong with just a small backpack, bro?
No, I have a huge backpack.
Why does it have to go around your fanny?
How dare you?
You know what? I saw that it's like a satchel. Okay.
Yeah.
That goes around your and that looked all right.
No, it doesn't.
No,
The satchel.
no. If you have a satchel and you're not a journalist, I judge you immediately.
It just immediately says I'm interested in men, and
Nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that. But
Nothing wrong with
it's,
that,
it's
Paul.
like having that handkerchief in your back pocket just to let everybody know you're a cripper of blood, homie.
I mean, so if I have my laptop and I'm going to a client, I have a a carrying bag.
You can have a satchel. I give you permission to have a satchel.
Yeah. I will never. I like.
You
I thought it
would.
looked good.
Well, I have a
You
huge
disgust
backpack,
me
right?
sometimes.
Because I ride my bike everywhere. So I have a gi in I have a backpack that can hold.
You got the chrome backpack.
No way, man. Again, spend too much money. My backpack was like $50. It's
Okay.
and it can fit. I can fit like 2 or 3 gis in there. Well, unless it's a judo gi. If a judo gi, just take that out of the equation. 1 gi and some clothes, and that's it. I can put my gloves, my shin guards, my a gi in there, and there's a slot for like my mouth guard and stuff. But if the stuff I want straight away,
Right.
I want it right there.
Right
Riding
there.
my bike,
Boom.
boom, pull out the phone. If I
That's a
need to.
good point.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can feel you on
yeah,
that.
I'm making the case for it, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jason Bender fanny pack's coming soon.
Yeah, that's a nice brand, Herschel. I
Yeah.
have actually overnight bag Herschel. It's really nice. I
Yeah,
like
people
that.
have tried to make fun of it, and then they'll go, "Yeah, but Herschel's a good company."
It
I'm
is a
like,
good
I don't know what
company.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
My wife found it.
Yeah, of course she did. That's 100%. Yeah.
The only one I was looking at was like
So
the
that
Rogan
doesn't make
one.
sense. That now it makes sense. Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, wow, Herschel though. Herschel. He didn't get like the old like generic. Like that's a Herschel bag, fanny pack.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like
your wife's like, well, if my husband's going to look like a douchebag, at least he's going to be a trendy douchebag.
Right, exactly. There you go. That's very true. Yeah. So you were talking a little bit earlier about how
Is
the
that
story
pizza
of
coming or
it's I don't know, man.
did you
Dorothy's
tell her to pick it
30
up?
minutes, she said. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You hungry now, right?
Kind of hungry now.
Yeah, see, there you go. Once I mentioned pizza, Paul's like, oh, yeah, I guess I can eat.
I hear you.
I just had what did you have at the airport? What was that sandwich?
What did I have? What airport?
And we were at Vegas.
Oh, Jersey Mike's.
Jersey
dude.
Mike. I've never had a Jersey Mike's. But
You never even heard of it.
I never heard of it. So Paul, I'm like, dude, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get a bagel, something light. Paul's like, yeah, I'm doing Jersey Mike's. I'm like, what? He was this huge fucking sandwich, and it's like, I thought it was like 8, 9 in the morning. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And then 2 pints of Guinness. I'm like, really? Hold on. Wakes up 7 something in the morning, and we're packing up the hotel room, and there's one Heineken left,
One Corona.
one Corona left,
Yeah.
and he's like, can't leave this. Downs that, and then Jersey Mike's, and then 2 pints of Guinness on the plane.
That's what's up. That's how I travel, bro.
Fucking impressive, man. I'm like, I got this little bagel with a little bit of egg on it, and I'm just like eating it, and he's just
Like, I'm full.
It helped,
My
man.
belly's full.
Yeah, because I got a couple pints of Guinness to fall asleep on the plane. You know what I mean?
I guess. Sure. So, black belt, you were talking about how they brought up to you.
Yeah.
The story behind
Oh.
that.
So, it was great. So we have a Muay Thai instructor at our school. He's kind of known to be like the scariest looking nice guy ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name's Andre Magis. Andre Pimenta, but everybody calls him Andre Magis. I don't know what the nickname means or anything. Madiz. Great guy. Great Muay Thai and black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, or 2nd or 3rd degree. I forget what he is right now. Jiu-Jitsu. And I've been training under him. When he first came to Chicago, immediately somebody goes, Bender, that brown belt over there likes Muay Thai. And boom, we just hit it off right away.
Yeah.
And I've been training under him for the last, I don't even know, 10, 11 years, whatever it is. So after I did Muay Thai, then Jiu-Jitsu class, and after class is over, I just, we're just looking at each other. He goes, Jason Bender, go sit in the corner. And I'm like, I'm a grown-ass man. Go sit in this corner. Like, okay. So I go over and I go sit in this corner. I see him walk over to the Muay Thai area, and then he has a picture of the Buddha hanging up, and he puts his hands to his forehead, starts praying. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And he's praying for real. He's not like putting on a show for me. Like he's a spiritual man.
Right.
And comes back over and he sits down. Get closer to the corner. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Sits down. He's like, Jason Bender, why, how long you take martial arts? I go, well, since I was a little kid, I had a couple lessons in karate here and there and whatever, but for real, Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu Muay Thai 18, 19 years, Jiu-Jitsu, 17 years or so. And he goes, why you take martial arts? I'm like, man, it's getting deep. I go, well, my first real memories of being with my dad, period, are like this one apartment in my hometown. I remember spooning on the couch with my dad. We'd watch Kung Fu Saturday mornings. And it was the best. I was like, that's the guy I want to be. And it was a mix of watching pro wrestling growing up. I wanted to be a badass, right? So those two things mixed together. I wanted to be the good guy that a martial artist and the badass that a martial artist was, with this like pro wrestling stuff I loved growing up when I was a little kid. And I said, and then when I actually started taking lessons, I figured out like how every single lesson, even if it's every single workout you do, even if you think it's a shitty workout, well, sometimes those are the best ones. Right. Go in when you're tired. Go in when you're feeling beat up. Go in when you're in the best mood. When you're like, I'm not going to train today. I'm in a good mood. I had a good day. I don't want to, whatever. No, those are the times when you're going to get the most out of workouts. And I figured out that every single workout, I got a little bit nicer. My energy was better.
Right.
They considered, I was a little bit of a hyper kid, became a hyper adult, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, it made me find my focus more, and I feel like every single workout I'm getting a little better. He goes, okay. And then he went to say, you know, life is two sides, like a coin. It has two sides. And I don't think he told me what the two sides were. No.
Like he's talking like Confucius.
Yeah,
Confucius
he
here?
does. He gets a little philosophical.
Yeah.
And but then he just comes out and he's like, yeah, Master Carlson and I think you deserve black belt. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I was set for like next December, I was cool. And I was thinking that he was even saying that, like, this next year, we're
Right.
going to give you your black belt. I had it in my head, next December, I'm going to get my black belt. I'm going to earn it. This next year, I get to work on being a badass brown belt. He goes, September. And this was like 6 or so weeks ago. And I'm like, whoa. Wow. I was not, I still, even right now, I'm just like, no way. But I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's everybody though. When
Yeah,
they
I
first
know.
get promoted, they're
you
like,
know who
I don't think
you know who I
am.
messaged first, right? I messaged Javi.
Did you?
Right away. Tears in my eyes. I message Javi. I go, hey, Javi, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong. I said, I'm like in the Matrix or something. You know, I'm like, I don't know about everybody else when they got the talk or whatever or found out. But man, for a minute, I just seriously did not feel like I was awake. I don't know. Never worked so hard for anything in my life. You know,
Yeah.
It's still unreal.
I mean, think about it. I mean, you've been doing this like 12 plus years, right?
No, 16 with this team.
Yeah.
And then that's not counting the stuff that I was doing in that 3 years in college of pretending to be a fighter, fighting in these amateur shows.
Right.
And, you know, I helped, I became friends with Mark Matheny, who is he referees when there's in the UFC, when the UFC comes to Columbus, Ohio. Great guy, Marine, old school Marine. Now he's a bounty hunter. Like, I follow his Facebook feed where he like catches these, you know, straight up scumbags outside of Columbus, Ohio that have bounties and stuff. He's a savage. Talk about a real badass, you know. And he would do these small little promotions called Chaos in the Cage, you know, cheesy name, but whatever.
Right.
Hey, sorry, Mark. And so in college, I even helped promote an event in Bowling Green, Ohio. It was a disaster, but he didn't make me feel like it was a disaster. You know, we had maybe, man, on the top side, 30 or 40 people that showed up to watch this event,
Right.
this little cage fight that we put up, and it was his cage, it was his money. And in the end, you know, he didn't give me a hard time that I know he lost money on. To this day, he's never let me know he lost money where I guarantee he lost money.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's people like that you meet that let you make mistakes and let you figure things out on your own.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
that's what I'm talking. Like, the jiu-jitsu black belt is unlike anything else you're going to accomplish in your life.
Oh, isn't it the best when somebody comes up to you and go, my son has a black belt. Oh, in what?
Yeah.
Oh, my son's 13 or 8. I had a kid the other day, a kid that works out at my gym. Bless his heart, right? He's pushing the sled that his trainer's pushing him. And I keep trying to ask him, I'm like, hey, why don't you try to take jiu-jitsu? He goes, I have a black belt. And I'm like, I know you do, but it's not jiu-jitsu. And he goes, his mom was upset with me. She's like, he thinks that you're saying his black belt isn't valid. And I'm like,
That's what I am saying.
a little bit. Well,
Your son hasn't gone through puberty yet. He's not a black
You
belt.
want me to bow to an 8-year-old? Are you out of your mind?
It's bizarre. It's just unfortunate. I was gonna say it's bizarre. It's just unfortunate that that gets lumped in with all these other martial arts that give out belts based on different criteria, and then people outside of that martial art look
Yes.
as it's the same.
Now,
it's just
you're-
like it's really
and it
not.
devalues it completely.
It does devalue it, right?
So here's the thing. What I found out
Jason,
is
help yourself.
Thank you.
Hey, should we pause this? Because we're going to be chewing on Mike.
Yeah,
and
why don't we
shit.
pause for a minute? Is that okay?
Yeah, we can pause, or we could just keep talking and then
Pause it. Come on.
have Bruno cut it out.
We don't need to
No,
do that to Bruno.
fuck that.
He can just pause this part.
All right,
Yeah, let's
all
just
right.
snack
You
for a
want to
second.
eat? Want to eat? and
Yeah,
then
let's just eat
get
for a
back to
second.
it? Okay,
Yeah.
we back.
Oh, we're back. Okay, cool. Where did we end off? Talking about like 5-year-olds with black belts and shit.
We were talking about how
Yeah.
how we think that giving the meaning of the black belt. I mean, if
So,
you can't
like in
compare it
judo,
all.
for example, as I was just explained by one of the instructors at Tokan, that your first degree black belt is like basically in jiu-jitsu like your third or fourth stripe brown belt, where they're like, oh, you're almost there. Second degree black belt in judo is where it's at. Apparently, that's what this gentleman told me. So we'll have to ask Javi.
Yeah,
If that's
interesting.
completely true, but that it's, yeah. I've been told that before too.
Okay.
But there's no belts before black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
in judo?
Yeah, in judo.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? White, yellow,
Oh, I didn't know.
orange,
Oh, there is.
green. 3 different types of brown. Brown 1, brown 2, brown 3, and then black 1, 2, 3. Blah blah blah.
So what is it Sambo then I'm thinking about? Which ones pair up against?
Yeah, Sambo, there's no rank.
I don't think
There's
there's
no
any
rank
rank at all.
Okay,
It's
so you could just go against a world
yeah.
champion and you're just first
How
month
well
in.
do you break leg?
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, so but in judo there actually is a ranking system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, it's not like in jiu-jitsu. Is it the same like time frame in judo?
This instructor told me that about 10 years for the first black belt.
Okay, well, then
and
there you
then
go.
another couple years for that second degree. That's what he
Okay.
said.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
relatively the same.
Yeah,
I was
relatively
just
same.
thinking of this the other day though. Is there going to be a point where jiu-jitsu, like when you get your black belt, it's just that, and then the same thing? Because now with us, it's 3 years from now is when you get your first degree, right?
Right, yeah.
And then 3 years after that, your second. Is jiu-jitsu going to be like that? Where like a kid like Gordon Ryan is going to be 18 years old and be as soon as he can.
Nicky Ryan,
excuse me. Be IBJJF legal. He'll be a black belt at 19, right? That's the first age you can be a black belt, I think. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
18 or 19, yeah.
I haven't had to worry about that, So,
Right.
but is it going to be like that? What if I'm, I'm training kids right now. I train I train a kid right now who got his arm hurt at practice because he didn't want to tap, and I'm like,
Right.
part of me is like, you should have tapped. But part of me is like, yeah, this kid was not tough when he walked in,
Right.
at all. His mom will even say it, like straight up, like he was kind of he had some issues as a baby. He was like deaf for 3 months or something like that. I forget what his mom said. I don't want to overstep any bounds to give this kid's medical history, but
Right.
he was not like what you would look at.
Right.
And now this kid is like, I'm not going to tap your freaking arm bar. Snap. Kid's an 8-year-old savage already.
Yeah.
So if I train him for the next 10 years and he does what it keeps training hard and he gets his black belt at 19, is that black belt going to have the same value as my black belt that I took 16 years to earn as an adult, or is it is what it is?
I don't know.
Two different things. I mean, like definitely the mat time and the knowledge for jiu-jitsu and the technique and everything could be like, okay, yeah, he's a black belt,
But
but
Paul, you always refer to like life experience.
life though.
But we
there's
were also talking about somebody that might not be a black belt right now because of gym etiquette and attitude. That's a huge thing, right?
Right.
That's huge for me. That I don't think a person should just be a black belt because they can choke the hell out of people or footlock people or whatever.
Agreed.
Are you a complete douchebag?
Are you a dick when you roll with people?
Marcelo Garcia, and getting rid of his student, that whole
Dennis?
Dylan Danis thing. Yeah. I got to roll Dylan Danis and Marcelo.
Did
Did
you?
you?
Yeah.
How was that?
So it's scary, but Marcelo, I was expecting him to be Marcelo. And so I didn't want to, I was so timid because I don't want to come in there and but he came at me so hard, not came at me hard, but when he gripped up with me, I could see this was not a flow roll.
Right.
Oh no, he's going to see how many times he can, he probably tapped me good, 6, 7, 8 times.
Uh-huh.
And if he wanted to be really nice, he could have done it the whole time without tapping me, right?
Right.
But no, he was
Gave your money's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know who Dylan Danis was. This is before he got
Oh, okay.
super famous. I think he was still black, but it was Nogi. And I'm like, who's this interesting looking fella? But yeah, he was actually really nice.
Was he?
Dylan Danis was, yeah. Yeah. I don't remember what he showed me, but I remember him showing me some kind of technique.
He just seems, for me, when I look at him, and I think he's just young,
Mm-hmm.
and at that age, you do and say stupid shit.
Dude, if I was
It
him,
just comes down to it.
I think there's a reason that life went this way. Because if I was really good, what if I just came out of the gate and I beat Dean Thomas in college with hardly any training, and then next thing you know, I probably would have been a horrible person.
Right.
Eating humble pie as much as I have in my life has made me a better person for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show you. I mean, look at John Jones. Shit comes easy to him.
I didn't get his
Too
ass
easy.
kicked enough.
Never got his
That's
ass
the
kicked,
problem.
right? I mean, maybe by his older brothers, but
But those don't count.
yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm an only child. Who am I talking about?
But I mean, I think things that come super easy, I mean, I think it's just I think it's a proven thing. Like,
Yeah.
it comes easy, you're just not going to try
Yeah.
as hard, and it's going to be whatever, you know. Whereas that guy who, you know, works 9 to 5, goes in jiu-jitsu, has got a family at home, and just puts the grind in, and he's like,
We had a couple
super
guys at belt promotions who were
unathletic,
taking
right.
jiu-jitsu for 20 years, you know, and they're just they've been doing it on and off for years, and Junior's like, you know, it's time. 20 years you've been doing it. Are you a serious competitor? Have they ever competed? I don't know if these guys had or not, or maybe it's just sporadically kind of thing, or
Yeah.
whatever. But we got to judge people on different criteria.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, but that black belt at 18, 19, it's
that's
tough.
rough, right?
It's a tough one. It's a
Yeah,
tough.
it is.
You know, because I think of myself when I was that age, and I was a little asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I understand that I was a little asshole because, you know, where I grew up at, you know. But if I was doing jiu-jitsu for 10 years leading up to that, maybe I wouldn't be that type of person. So maybe they're not that type of person. I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, it's hard to say their environment of home and everything like that.
Right.
Like, it's all contingent on that instructor and what he feels.
It all
and
depends,
everything.
yeah. Because like Henner and Huron and Crone and all those guys, they got their black belts at 18 and 19.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, but they had also like, you know, the reputation of the family on their shoulders, and they were teaching classes at their academies and stuff like that. You know, it's completely different.
Yeah, and that environment that the Gracies created, that was your life, and this is what you're expecting.
If you guys ever get Junior on, which I hope you do, you'll have to ask him how his father made him get his black belt. It was ridiculous. He had to be. Junior was on the Brazilian national Greco-Roman wrestling team.
Really?
Yeah, and I forget what else. Like, he had a judo black belt. You know, his father was like, "No, you are not going to just be my son and be, you know, oh, you're going to learn jiu-jitsu and go." No, he's like, go learn from other people. Go be good at Greco-Roman wrestling. Go be good at judo.
Yeah,
Right.
That's huge.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he's agreed to come on. He's always out of town.
He's always out.
How many affiliates does he have?
I don't know.
It's got to be over 50?
I think it's over 100.
Is it over 100? Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
doesn't
You have
he-
to ask Rudy Jimenez that. He'll know that.
Zito, didn't you say he makes it a point to visit
He visits all of them.
All of them.
twice a year?
He already has a passport full from this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's from this year, but he broke out his passport from this year because one of my training partners at the, you know, hanging out at the bar after promotions, and she's like, "Let me see your passport." And he's like, "Oh, the one from this year's already full. Here's this one," and it's already has Singapore and Thailand and Bali and all these places. He was just in Canada, and now
Yeah.
He was just
all
at our
places.
gym.
He's like a celebrity. Like, yeah, he rolled into Mineko's it was yesterday, just to like hang out for 15 minutes. And like, of course, everyone just gives him a standing ovation as soon as he walks in the door.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
And Mineko last night, you weren't there. I thought you'd come back.
Yeah.
What happened?
Don't worry about it.
So Mineko told us, say, you know, Junior stopped by, and he almost teared up. He goes, "My instructor, you know, this is the first time he's come to my gym," and I was like, felt very emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Come and see my gym and see how I'm doing and stuff like that. He's never come to my gym before,
Right.
And just you see Andre's so passionate about that.
People love Junior like
you know,
I've never seen.
Yeah.
Girls think they love name whatever pop star is big at the time. If I name one right now, Donny Osmond or something. But girls go crazy for that kid, right? But there's a reason. He's all, when you're in the room, he's talking to you, and he means what he says. And like, can you imagine? I know there's affiliates here in the city that I don't know if that instructor's ever been to that school. Have they? You know, I don't know. I'm asking. I really don't know. There's a Half like, you know, I don't want to talk whatever.
Right.
But there's that Half Gracie affiliate. Has Half been here? If so, it skipped by my radar. I like to go to all of the seminars, and I'd love to meet Half one day. You know, I went to Half School in San Francisco to train with Kurt Osiander after No Gi Worlds.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he was awesome.
Kurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems like
he's a wild man,
crazy guy.
But yeah, he's you know, it's tamed down when he's teaching jiu-jitsu, but he's still like in.
He was crazy at Master Worlds.
Yeah.
Like, do you see I walked by him, and people were just grabbing him to take pictures, and he was like, he had like all the patches on his gi. Like his gi was just made of patches. It was fucking, it's crazy.
Looked like a plaid quilt.
He was like a NASCAR fucking, he's wearing a NASCAR basically.
Right.
It was awesome.
I can't help but to look at martial arts as like, okay, everybody's a martial arts. Everybody, some of these guys are just athletes that are good at fighting or whatever. But then who would you that you've met be like, okay, if shit hit the fan, it's post-apocalyptic scenario, or we only have horses and swords or something, like which one of these guys? I know a lot of training partners. I'm like, you're fucking dead before we, before the day's out. Why? Because I'm probably gonna kill you.
Yeah,
I love you.
We're gonna eat you.
You're done.
Yeah.
You are done. But then there's other like training partners. I'm like, can I be on your team?
Right.
You know,
Right.
Because this guy's gonna go up there, guy or girl sometimes,
Right.
like, and that are gonna, they're gonna find a horse. And they're going to go find food. They're going to go to a Costco and they're going to take it over.
Right.
Yeah.
I ask that question to people all the time. I'm like, would, as far as like, would you be interested in prepping and like kind of, and almost everyone's like, dude, if there's an apocalypse, like I don't want to be around here for that shit.
No, I'm good.
But like I kind of do.
I
want to see it, and I want to be a part of the rebuilding process, possibly. And but the thing is,
I'm up for the
I think
challenge.
the world would really get ugly, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
like Walking Dead ugly.
My problem is this. If you would have caught me in my
Cannibalism?
early 20s when I was sleeping on couch, I would sleep in the gym. I didn't care. I thought it was great to sleep in the gym. Things like that. And I went through... I was completely okay with scenarios like that. Now my wife has a really comfortable bed for us.
Yeah.
I love my little 1,000 square foot condo. I'm cozy. I like to go home clean. Like we've done 2 camps in Brazil the past 2 years. I think they've done it 3 years in a row, but I went the past 2. And I stay in this hostel, and we train jiu-jitsu on the 2nd floor. And we wake up, we eat breakfast on the 3rd floor. Go down, let it settle for a second, put on our gis, and then train from 11:30 to 1. Shower up, do whatever the hell we want around Rio, maybe go to the beach or whatever, and then we train in the evening again. And even then, I'm like 4 days in, we're on the beaches of Rio, and I'm looking down at my training partners. I'm like, anybody else want to go home? Yeah. They're like, shut the fuck up. We're on the beaches of Copacabana right now. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I really want my bed right now. That bunk sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, even in Vegas, I was like, I'm ready to get out of here.
I'm ready to go. Yeah, I hate Vegas.
4 days. So do I.
Yeah, I hate it. I
4
don't
days
gamble.
is too much there.
Yeah, 4 days was a lot there. I mean, it just seemed like they've ran into each other. Like every day, I was like, I don't even know where it started and where it ended. You know what I mean? It just gets so. Yeah.
I went to Masters Worlds once, and that guy threw an omoplata on so fast, and I posted my leg to get out of it, and I heard a pop like nothing else. I mean, it was. Like he heard it, and I felt him let go, but I just posted on it. I was like, okay, I don't really feel anything, but I went to post again to get the hell out of the omoplata, and it popped again, and it was my hamstring tore the hell off the bone. Yeah, and like I dropped like a sniper shot me.
Damn.
Yeah.
How do you recover from that?
Yeah.
How much therapy is that?
Hardly any.
Really?
Once it's off, like it was bruised up, but I was surprised by like how little it affected me.
Really?
Yeah, like I was training within 3 days.
No shit.
Yeah.
Ham off the bone, huh?
Yeah, well, the secret is get some muscles, man, and then when you rip them, you have extras, I guess.
I
don't
guess.
know.
Damn.
I mean, I don't have the biggest hamstrings in the world, but I used to love deadlift back in the day. Maybe I got some extra fibers in there. But now, if you feel my like right below my glute, I have a complete dent.
Oh wow. It's crazy. Did you get it looked at?
No, I know what they're going to say. They're going to be like, you tore your hamstring. That's it. They're like, do you want us to reattach it for thousands of dollars? No. How am I doing without it? Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's complete. My leg works just fine. I can
Sam
still.
Spiegelman give you any exercises?
I didn't even tell him about that injury. I was more worried about this one.
He gave you shoulder stuff?
He gave me a bunch of shoulder stuff that I should do.
And you don't do it?
I'm the worst personal trainer you'll ever meet when it comes to the things that I should do.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy
Like the mechanic who
weightlifting.
doesn't work on his own car.
No, I tell people all the time how to lift weights, and they're like, "Oh, what is this? What you do?" I'm like, "No, I do jiu-jitsu." And they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I don't lift weights, man. I don't lift weights anymore. I just can't do it anymore. I'm bored out of my mind within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Ugh, I used to love it.
Yeah.
But then
It's
I
just
found
not
strangling
enough.
people,
It's not
right?
mentally
No,
stimulating.
no.
You know, like the
One,
people who just go out
two.
or people who just run. It's like, fuck.
I don't
dude.
even understand
What,
that one.
I don't get that one either. It's a
But
tough
bless their
one.
hearts. They love it. They love it. Go for it, man. But
I just see like when
I don't
see
run at
people
all.
running,
I'm in the camp of not running at all.
Yeah, I see them running because we have a boot camp around here around the office, and as I drive up to the office, they're just running down that street in the back here by the cemetery, and I'm just like, oh, my knees hurt just looking at you guys.
Right.
No
it's
way.
just
It's just so much wear and tear.
it's a lot of wear, and their bodies. You know, some people are just getting into it,
Yeah.
right? You could tell, like, oh, you obviously haven't been running your whole entire life
No.
because you might be a little overweight, and that's just more. You know, that's constant beating because now your body, your frame is not supported by the weight, right? Because you shouldn't be that heavy, and now you're adding on all this extra
Yes.
pounding and abuse to the knees, the joints. I don't think me personally, I don't see it being beneficial.
No.
To lose weight like I understand it, get everyone moving. I agree,
Sure.
but that one I don't know that impact of that.
No, I don't like it.
Now out here in the gym here, we have but they have like this compression, like air compression thing you can run on, where you're just in the air running.
Really?
It's
Does it do the running for you? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't do the running for you, but you sit there in the air and just you're in the midair. It's kind of like
Right.
and it's low impact. It's
Yeah.
super low impact.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Makes
Like,
more
run-
sense.
like before the Chicago Open, I was doing sand sprints, or sprints in the sand.
Okay.
Yeah, that felt good. Like
Right.
afterwards, I felt good.
Right.
But if I do treadmill or on concrete, I'm done.
Yeah,
It's just
fuck
I'm
these.
done.
And
I
then
can't train.
You're wearing shoes, which I heard you're not even supposed to wear. Gym shoes are not
yeah, I
even
went
good for you
barefoot
either.
Yeah, I ran barefoot in the sand. Yeah.
Barefoot in the sand, barefoot on like soft ground, you know, sand or grass.
I try to get my clients to work out barefoot as much as I can.
Yeah, I heard that's more
Yeah.
beneficial.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
From what people smarter than me have said anyway.
Right.
I wouldn't mind having like one of those like Aerodyne bikes. Like in
Yeah,
the-
like, they have those
hey,
out there.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, we have them out there.
Yeah, like I'm gonna watch this on Netflix, and then like jump on the bike for
Sure.
a half an hour.
I agree. Yeah,
You know,
just
tho-
that impact of the pavement.
Yeah.
the pavement, the shoes, your body and the technique. Because once I see people run with a an armband with their phone, and it changes the way their motion because now
Yeah.
they have this extra weight that's
Right.
not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So their body has to adjust for that extra weight. So they're running kind of crooked.
Yeah.
and it's like
I see that
looking at
too.
it, and you're like, you're fucking your body up. You're fucking your frame up because you're not even running properly because A, you're on pavement, B, you're wearing these awkward shoes, and now you have off balance weight on your arm because you want to listen to this. It's all bad. It looks terrible. I mean, like their frame does not look right. I mean, it doesn't look like they're doing the proper technique.
If you're gonna get hurt, you might as well get hurt learning how to choke people. That's what I feel.
for sure.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a
I
buddy who
agree.
runs with a 25-pound lead weight vest.
How's that working out for him?
I don't know. It's like your ankle's not sore enough yet. Like you need
guess.
to, I forget where I heard it, but the invention of gym shoes actually like changed the way people
Yeah.
walk because now we have cushion. We land on our heel, heel to toe, heel to toe. Where if you walk around in bare feet, you're supposed to land on the ball of your foot, which kind of makes you look like a chick in high heels walking. But
When I
that
run in
was-
the gym, I run on the ball
In high heels?
My toes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, hey, yes. No, on my toes. I don't run heel toe in the gym. I run basically on my toes. And then when I walk around barefoot, I walk on my toes.
on the balls of your feet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Tippy toes, baby.
Tippy toe. Nobody can hear me coming.
No, it has become stealth. But I don't know. I just naturally I feel more comfortable doing that, as opposed to hitting my heel down. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
To be like a cat.
You don't see yourself doing it though. Like once you get tired, your technique gets
Exactly.
lazy, and
Yeah.
then you end up going, "Shit, dude! The last fucking 3/4 of a mile, I've been dropping on my heels."
Exactly.
All the time.
Right. And that's where you start hurting your injuries. My father's got no cartilage in his knee. Zero.
Runner?
Oh. 20-something years. And now
Still running?
Still running. And now he'll offset it with bicycling
Yeah.
to work. No cartilage. I'm like, what? Was it worth it?
Can they do anything? Can you put like an injection? Or
I have
something?
no idea. I don't
Like
think so.
seriously, stem cells?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
No
You
idea.
didn't look into that for your old man?
Mac the Knife
did not-
is
did not
in
look into it.
He one of Junior's black belts, Mac the Knife. He just got stem cells shot in his shoulder.
How did he do it?
Well, it just happened. So
Okay.
he was like,
I like to hear.
Yeah, that's why at the belt promotion, he was only doing the easiest throws possible to people because he's like, I don't want to blow this out right after getting the stem cells in it.
Yeah.
But I would love all of the stem cells.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just bring
I
it
heard
on.
it's good.
know,
I mean, I
right?
took my
bad.
dad to a consultation.
For stem cells.
Yeah, a couple months back because he's got a really bad shoulder. Just
Mm-hmm.
40 years of construction. He couldn't lift it like above there.
Yeah.
So we went in, talked over a few things, and the doctor said, we definitely look at like maybe 80% improvement if you get this done or whatever. And my dad was kind of like, he went to therapy once and was like, that's not going to work,
Yeah.
And then the stem cell guy's like, okay, it's $7,000 per injection. He's like, I'm going to try therapy one more time. And then like actually took the therapy seriously
did
this
he?
time. But
Yeah.
like it's either this or you're dropping $7,000 on a
Right.
shot,
Yeah.
So, and now it's just like way improved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just the therapy.
Just the therapy.
Okay.
Just like taking
So is stem
therapy
cells like
seriously.
is that like the magic pill of people who don't want to like actually do the work? They just get stem cells.
I'm going to assume, because this is a complete hypothesis, that you should probably do both. Like they're going to shoot
Right.
you with stem cells and they're going to tell you to do the exercises and then
Anyway.
yeah,
Right,
strengthen it up, all that kind
Right,
of stuff.
right.
I would assume.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah,
make sense.
I have people love the way my shoulders look.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I have
that almost looks like
matching.
like you have an implant.
Yeah, like I have matching horns on both
Yes,
sides.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, I've torn them both out pretty good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
from
from
scrambles or
that's
from not
from
tapping?
being terrible at wrestling,
Uh-huh.
but trying to wrestle.
Okay.
You know, you're not supposed to reach your arms out really far when you try to wrestle somebody. Did you know that?
You keep them in.
Yeah. That's what I found out much later. Somebody sprawled on this one when my arm was all the way out trying to grab his leg.
Oh, fuck
just
that.
like a dummy.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that one. Yeah. Pow.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't even remember this one. I don't even know. But
But it's there.
Mm-hmm.
At least they match.
yeah, and it's not side control. You put somebody in side control, you dig that
Oh, yeah.
chromium
Oh,
chromium
ouch.
point right into them.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It is.
No, I don't purposely do that. I'm just kidding.
Shit, I might get some put in for myself.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, like get those horns that those
Get those,
implants.
yeah,
that
you
they
see those
screw in their
implants guys
heads.
put on the head.
Right.
You ever see that, Paul? They put the implants on their head.
I have
of the
seen that
horn.
before. It's
It's crazy. As kids now.
I see people with piercings in jiu-jitsu, and I'm just like, really? Okay, you're still sticking with that, huh? You're gonna do that ritual every single time? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
the horn thing is definitely weird, and the gauges in the ears. And,
The septum always makes me. I'm like, really? All right. You want to look like a cattle, huh?
right.
All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, that is weird.
I mean, when people depending on like their haircut and their clothes and accessories they wear, I mean, you're trying to attract the opposite sex in a sense, right?
Yes, that's
You're like, who is sleeping with these like horn people? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like
other horn
man,
people.
the amount of tail I've gotten since I got these horn implants in my forehead,
Yeah.
unbelievable, guys. You guys got to try it.
He identifies with the devil. That's all. What do you do? People identify with things nowadays.
Dude, you see
so
the
weird.
oh god, there's like a cat lady, I think, and she's got like whiskers, right? And she wears like the cat eye contacts.
Okay.
She got her tongue cut in half, so
What?
yeah, so it looks like a
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
like a lizard tongue almost.
As long as they're not bothering me, I don't
People,
really
man.
care. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, you meet some interesting people in the jiu-jitsu world, though, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, there's
sure.
some.
Yeah, but luckily, kind of you avoid a lot of that kind of crazy usually, though.
Yeah. No furries in jiu-jitsu, is there?
Not that I know of, huh?
I don't know, man. Maybe there's a
Can you imagine someone coming in
maybe there's
like
a lot of furries in jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
that'd be
I'm a
great.
furry and I want to do it every day. What is the
Right.
closest thing to it? Well, I could put these pajamas on and go wrestle with people. You know,
I guess.
maybe the jiu-jitsu community is fucking full of furries.
Are we bringing up conspiracies now?
This is a conspiracy. I'm gonna have to reach out to Eddie Bravo and see what he thinks.
I
I
actually-
agree with you. It's a conspiracy. I don't care what it is. My answer is yes.
Oh, man.
The chemtrails made them that way. Yeah. Am I the one? I can't believe I'm the one that's reeling you guys in. That's
Yes.
Normally I'm the one that takes the conversation to weird places.
Well, I'm just saying. It's possible.
Yeah, the flat Earth thing is too far, though. I mean, you're fucked up everything
Yeah.
I was kind of on board with. Now I'm like, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Now I don't believe anything that comes out of you.
Yeah, that one's a weird one.
I still can't believe people fall for these the the guys, the martial artists who are like hold the Tai Chi, not even Tai Chi, but like, you know what I'm talking about, right? All this fake martial arts stuff you see where guys are moving their hands and people are falling. How does that still work? How are people still doing that?
People want to believe. They want to
people-
belong to stuff. They
Yeah.
want to believe.
That's unbelievable.
They have nothing else going on in their lives. So there's like, I'll follow this guy.
Here's my theory on this. You know, when I see a movie come out like fucking Spider-Man or Superman or all this shit, you know, and it just breaks every record in the box office. I mean, it's a fucking guy in tights who flies. I mean, this could never happen. Like, how are so many people watching this bullshit? You know, this.
Yeah, it's fantasy.
It's total fantasy.
But why does Superman
it goes
wear
the
his
same-
underwear outside? That's the one thing I don't understand.
He's an alien, dude. Different fashion,
Whatever.
different places.
It's weird, right?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Why
right?
do all Russian
Yes,
people?
it's weird.
Why do all
The
Russian
whole
guys
thing-
wear Armani shirts only? I don't know.
I don't
Why is
know
that a
why
thing?
is.
All these
Armani Exchange.
Exactly. It's the same. Is it
it's
not the same thing? See, I don't
It's
even
the
know.
lower brand. See,
Oh, is it really?
Armani is way too expensive. Armani Exchange is like, you know, the low brand.
All
The B-rated movie.
all these comic book hero movies that just make fucking trillions of dollars every time they come out with one. That I don't get. But it's the same thing as the martial art thing where the guy touches you and you go flying. It's those people, I think, that are like, they want to believe in something supernatural, you know, like, oh, teach me how to touch somebody, and they go flying across the room. They're the same guys who go in and watch those movies too.
Yeah, but even in martial art movies.
Sorry, Javier.
Even martial art movies are very unrealistic. Like, you know,
Most
any
of the
Jackie
time.
Chan movie.
Yeah.
You know, they're just
It's only
so
been recent, like in the
unrealistic.
John
But it's
Wick
cool.
movies, where you're like, oh, he's using judo,
Right.
You know,
Yeah, but
and
it's
that's the way
kinda
a fight
cool.
really
But
looks.
Even shooting someone in the movies is so unrealistic.
Yeah.
That's not how it really
You know what drives me
happens.
nuts now is that I can't. That's the worst thing about taking martial arts is all action movies are ruined.
Yeah.
because you know that you can't just take the back of your pistol, conk somebody in the back of the head, and they're asleep for 2-3 hours.
Exactly.
You're like, no, that either he's dead or he's in a coma. He's not going to wake up in 2 hours going, what happened?
Right.
Like, fuck, that's not the
Right,
way.
you might wake up in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all so unreal. And they just the unrealistic expectations that people have when they see these movies, like, oh, well, I could just go on and do that. No, it's not going to
No,
happen.
dude.
You can't just get thrown from a car and just stand up and be okay and start running after the bad guy. You're going to be hurt.
That's
You're not
why I
gonna
can't watch
stand up.
UFCs with anybody who doesn't train. Because
Yeah,
if I
it's
hear
very
somebody say,
difficult.
Agreed.
"Oh,
It's very
I would just go in there," no,
no,
you
you
wouldn't.
wouldn't. Never.
Why is he just laying there, bro? Get up. Get up. You're losing this fight right now. It's
You're
like, they've been fighting for 22 minutes.
You're
bro.
like, I've
Telling
hated the
this guy to
planet
get
the
up.
minute that you've been talking. Stop
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, it gets crazy. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
But
but-
like the kind of people had things to say about Conor McGregor. I'm like, I thought it was a good fight. Yeah, he punched himself out, but he's not a boxer. And no matter how much he trains for the 8 weeks or whatever it was, there's no way he's not gonna be able. You know, he's gonna punch himself out. It's gonna happen. He's not
It's
gonna be
so
able
much
to do
different.
it.
Each aspect. That's when I just get bored with one thing. It's the cool thing about liking striking and grappling is I like to be able to do both, because you bring over a grappler who's never been done striking before, and you're going to completely gas, and vice versa, right? Like, I'll never forget when I went to one of the park districts and I boxed with a guy who I found out later was a pro boxer. I was so tired. I'm like, I'm in good shape. I'm in great shape right now. And within 3 rounds, three 2-minute rounds or whatever it was, I was just done. It's like, how am I tired in 6 minutes when I can do jiu-jitsu for an hour and a half?
Yeah.
But it's a completely different kind of cardio.
Right. Yeah, totally different. Just box on a bag for 2 minutes, 1 minute, throwing.
Yeah, I was just
gloves.
hearing Cody Garbrandt talk about just doing one combo for 5 minutes or something like that. Yeah, just burn out that way. Yeah, I like to do that with drills. You know, I have buddies that come over to my gym. That's the beauty of where I work is since I don't lift weights or anything. She lets a couple of my training partners come in. My boss. They come in and we just drill. We'll turn on a timer or we'll just count reps or whatever and just go. What are we going to do? All right, I'm going to do this. Do you need me to respond? Nah, just lay there. I'm going to pass. Work this passing combo, whatever. Or, hey, when I do this, turtle up, boom, I'm going to go to this. We just drill the hell out of stuff.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, drilling that's where everything's at. I mean, I
Shout
can't
out
get
Joey
enough of
Dank,
that.
my training partner Joey Dank. He's always down to drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Where is your gym at? Where can people?
I'm in Andersonville.
Okay.
So that's Foster and Clark. It's called Cheetah Gym, and it's very much like a family gym. You know, it's very much Andersonville members.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is it's a very eclectic crowd. We have a big daycare facility where that's just a bunch of kids running around and all that stuff. And I always try to get the parents to take. It's amazing how you would think that market would be just prime for the picking. But I go up to these parents, I'm like, why are you paying to have your kid just sit in this daycare room? Like, I can be teaching them on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Saturdays, Sundays, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Have your kid come in here and try jiu-jitsu. They're like, maybe we will. I'm like, then I'll look in there and be like, they were just in there just reading Everybody Poops for the 5th time, you know?
Right.
Or throwing blocks at each other.
Right.
Like, learn some, you know, the first thing I like to teach, go up to any of my kids that I teach and go, what's the definition of integrity? They're going to go, doing the right thing when no one is watching, sir. I'm like, that's the first thing I teach them, because I'm like, when I turn around, if you're screwing around, quit screwing around.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I think it's important. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because of the popularity of jiu-jitsu or.
I don't think parents understand the
understand
value
the
of it. For
value,
one,
right.
I think the other thing is, I don't want to be that old man, but I'm going to be him, where it's like it's a different generation now. Parents are now going, well, we got to respect their choices. And I'm like, your kid's 6.
Right.
Why does your kid have choices?
His choice is
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you tell him to do.
Yeah.
That's his choice.
I've had this
Only
argument
one
with
choice.
parents before. They're like, well, you don't understand. You're not a parent. That's the only thing they'll eat is Cheez-Its. And I'm like, well, you're right. I'm not a parent. But one thing I do understand is if you give the kid, more than one person has tried to tell me, well, my kids just won't eat healthy.
What?
I go, then what do they eat? Well, I have to take them to McDonald's. I go, well, from what I understand, you're the one that drove there.
Right.
I remember one time when I was a kid. This is for all you parents out there. This worked. I remember I was young. I was maybe 7 or 8, and this was like the first time I said something about my mom's cooking, and they're like, "Paul, what's wrong? Eat that," you know. And I'm like, "I don't want it. It doesn't taste good. It's not good," you know. Well, my dad just got up, took the plate, scraped all the food into the garbage, and goes, "All right, you're not eating anything till tomorrow morning."
Absolutely.
Not one thing. You're not going into the fridge. You're not going into the cabinet.
Right.
You know, you stay hungry.
You ever do any fasting?
No.
No? I think everybody should, you know, who am I to tell you what to do? But I think it's something that people should do every once in a while. Like Dania was saying on the podcast, that there's something spiritual that happens when you realize, oh shit, I just can't go to the refrigerator and grab food. That most people have this as a problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, yeah. And that was another thing my old man told me. I mean, because he grew up like poor, like dirt poor in Ireland, you know? He's like, hunger's a great sauce.
Hell yeah.
Like, fucking, when you are hungry for real hungry, it tastes good.
Yeah.
Everything tastes
Everything.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, of course, I had a bunch of people at the gym would ask me about the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. And I'm like, ugh, kind of rolling my eyes. And I'm like, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I would spar Floyd Mayweather for free. Just to have the honor to do it. As much as I don't like him as a person, it'd be amazing just to get in there. They're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I go, what's the worst thing he would ever do is knock me out cold. Yeah, I don't want that to happen, but, you know, or hit me in the body so hard I can't breathe.
Right.
I've experienced both of those things multiple times.
Still worth it.
Yeah, still worth it. But who would I not want to fight would be like a boxer who's 5-0 and knows that this 6th fight is going to get him, if he wins against me, his next payday is 10 G's.
Right.
Who's been just in the slums of Detroit for, or, you know, whatever city you want to pick. Man, that's the kid I don't want to fight.
Yeah. So hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Zito's got a fight coming up. Dude, I haven't seen, like, people have been, for grappling games, they've been posting those posters.
Yeah, I love this. I love this new aspect of jiu-jitsu.
Did you get yours made yet, or what?
I got mine made, yeah.
Oh,
I haven't posted it
You
yet.
haven't, can we see it?
Yeah, sure, yeah. So, yeah, she sent it to me the other day. I haven't posted it because I'm trying to, like, because I'm going to be donating all whatever I receive from this event to charity. I just haven't picked out which charity. I don't know if I should put the charity down first or just post it saying I am going to be donating.
With Hurricane Harvey going on,
it's pretty
Red
simple.
Cross.
Red Cross.
Yeah, Red Cross.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm sure it's gonna be a little amount, but maybe I'll just
Or some of those animal.
Maybe I'll match. Maybe what's my better? So whatever proceeds I get, I'll match and then send it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
This is great, dude.
You like that?
It is funny.
So he looks like he wants to hug his opponent, right?
Zito's like smiling, of course, like just so. And this dude's like
Ready to
you
rip
know,
your head off.
crosses the arms and like gives the like face. You know, this dude's mad at you, bro.
He looks angry.
He looks angry.
I've
He
never
wants
met
you to know
him,
he's serious.
but he's pretty serious.
Where's he trained out of?
Chicago MMA.
So that's a Half Gracie affiliate.
Half Gracie affiliate.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, I think.
By the way, I wasn't talking trash about those guys. If any of them listen, I'm just wondering if Half ever comes to town, I want to go to the seminar. That's all I was saying.
True.
Yeah. This is my first thing. So we'll see how it goes. Nogi.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing I was gonna see if I can throw my hat in the ring for one of those fight to wins, and then the black belt came along, and I'm like, wait a little bit. I had a Brazilian come up to me for the.
Wait, you want to get like helicopter armbarred or anything like that?
Sure, why not?
There's breaking in your black belt, and there's breaking it in on flow grappling,
Right, exactly.
fight to win.
Hey, once you step into the ring in jean shorts, it's all downhill from there
I guess
anyway.
so.
For sure.
Yeah. And we have a lot of people on that card from our school. Pierre, Andre,
Kyle.
At the Chicago Open, when we were at the medal stand waiting for him to announce the team trophies, I had I don't even know who it was. This Brazilian walks up to me, goes, "Hey, I see you compete next year. You'll be in my bracket, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I will be." I guess so. How long you been training?
Oh yeah,
great.
black belt now.
I know,
Chicago
right?
Open.
Now it's real serious, right?
Yeah. At what weight?
I'm a lightweight. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'll be 40 in January.
Okay.
Oh, Master 2.
Yes. Yeah. Will it be Master 3 next year? When does it turn Master 3?
yet.
No. Yeah. So I'm just
You're
Wait,
lightweight,
what
huh?
year were you born?
78.
Oh yeah, you might be Masters 3 next year.
So I mean, I'm just now getting over that little hump of like being completely terrified when I compete. Like when I first, like I was telling Paul, when I first started fighting, I was doing MMA, and I was like, I really wasn't scared. I just knew I was gonna probably lose. And then when I won a couple of these amateur fights at this lower level, but still I got some confidence. I'm like, oh, I can scrap. I can do this. I'm okay. And then I jumped in with those pros way too soon. And that's what really, had to come to Jesus moment. And then when you find out how hard these guys can hit, like, I fought Bart Palacheski, who fought in the UFC, one of Jeff Curran's top guys. I fought him right before he got to the UFC. That dude hits hard. Dean Thomas knocked me completely unconscious in like 90 seconds. I was like, oh, wow, this is different. Yeah. So then my confidence took a nosedive. Right. So, but then I felt okay in jiu-jitsu when I first moved here. I did okay at the little tournaments that I could do. Nothing crazy. And then, blue, purple, I was in brown. I started getting the nerves so bad that I didn't even want to compete. And then I would compete, and then I'd be so nervous that I would just get, I got beat a couple times really quick or something, and I'm just like, screw this, and I took quite a break from competing, and I had to deal with what was going on in my head and the nerves, and I read some self-help books and all this stuff, and I found out some things that how to beat that. And what I can tell people is go in with more of a game plan, like know what you're going to do when you get out there. Like I just kind of went in, I didn't have much of a set game plan of what I was going to do, and do more mental preparation if you're getting nervous. If you're one of those people that doesn't get nervous, good for you, man. Good for you. Hats off to you. But man, I have to deal with that. I have to try to get into a little routine with yourself on even before practice. This mental routine of talking to yourself a little bit. Mantras are silly, but they work. And when negative talk comes in, have like a code word for yourself to fight those demons out of your head, because we can be our own worst enemy in our minds of telling ourselves we're not good enough, we're not this. So, oh man, that I'm a brown belt and that blue belt gives me a rough way to go. What the hell? And then then you go over and you have a good match against the black belt, and you're like, oh hell, what the hell's going on here? But
yeah,
jiu-jitsu's weird like that, right?
Yeah,
where you're like, how can I do better against?
Am I good or not?
I don't get
even
it.
know.
I think I'm terribly good, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is interesting. Because
you guys get nervous?
I didn't until the Worlds. I got a little psyched.
Yeah, I freaked the hell out when I looked over and saw Zanji and Salo warming up in the bullpen beside me, and I was just like, oh, I do not belong here.
Yeah, like Paul's like, hey, there's Mario Sperry in the bullpen with you. I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, he's just sitting on that chair.
How about him coming back from like, what was it, 20 years off
Something
and
like that,
winning?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but he lost to Megaton.
Oh well.
Plus the absolute,
Absolute to Megaton, right?
or
Yeah.
the open class. Actually.
Right, open class. Yeah. But no, I was nervous. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But normally I'm not. Normally I'm like,
Yeah?
I just feel really excited.
Really?
Yeah. But this time, yeah, I was a little.
No, I don't get nervous really.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I should get a little bit more nervous maybe.
Yeah?
Like, do I not give a shit enough? I tell you what, fight to win, I'd be nervous.
I
for
know,
that,
right?
you
That's
know?
kind of when I you guys
Did you sign up for that?
The fuck no.
You're a purple belt.
So what?
I'm just saying.
Do you walk around to every single person in the jiu-jitsu community who didn't sign up to fight to win and ask them why?
No.
Because that would be like almost everybody.
Well, I'm just thinking you
What
should.
do they do? Like 20 fights on a card or something?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, I don't feel like
I just
I'm
don't
there
go to
yet
events.
as a
I don't go to
competitor.
things very often. Like events.
Oh, you got to go to it, dude.
I know I
it's
should.
so great.
I'm such a, my excuse is I work 7 days a week and I'm always excited to go to things. Like I'm the guy that will buy tickets to a concert and go, yeah, I can't wait. And then the week of it, I'm like, oh, I got to go to this concert to this band I really, really like. then up until the hour of going, I'm like, all right. Then I'll
Fight
get
to
there.
win's a good time. It's seriously because you're watching.
It's a
stuff you really
jiu-jitsu
love.
rock show. pretty
Yeah.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
It looks
fucking
fun.
awesome.
I should go to the next one.
But Paul, I think you should throw your name in there. I don't see why not?
I don't feel like I'm there as a competitor right now, and I want to be like mentally all fucking there.
Right.
I want to be like, man, I'm sharp, I'm fit, I've never rolled better in my life. Boom. Okay, let's do fight to win. I'm not there. I'm not in that headspace.
Okay. All right. Not even for the podcast, bro. You can't get us in there.
Let's see how your match does at grappling games first. Let's start small.
Okay. I'm just saying. I mean,
Is it gi? Is it no gi fight?
it's a no gi. Yeah.
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 I do better no gi than I do gi, and yet I hardly ever train no gi. I train no gi maybe 2-3 times a month.
But are you fighting no gi guys? That's my question.
I don't know.
That's what
I think-
That's why I wonder because Vivez says he does the same thing. He wins more in no gi.
Yeah, he told me that a long time
But
ago.
is he just fighting no gi against other gi guys?
That's what I'm saying.
know what I mean?
Have you fought against a guy who primarily just does no gi? Then how's that match go?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a 10th Planet representative, like high level 10th Planet representative.
Well, we need more 10th Planet guys to do IBJJF. Problem is,
Well,
hardly
you know,
any of those
the
guys
guys in Ann Arbor came out and
Yeah,
crushed.
Adelaide's
Crushed.
guys come
Nice.
out and do good there.
Yeah, really good. They're really good over there, and they won all the IBJJF in no gi.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Good for
so
them.
I just like to see because it's totally different. Like 10th Planet system compared to like the no gi that we learn at Mineko or anywhere else. It's different. It's a different feeling, different mindset.
It is, but I think it's more of a rule set thing where 10th Planet caters towards sub only, and guys like Mineko and Vivez, they're point players. So,
right.
Position matters a lot.
Right.
Where in sub only, you're not, position matters, but you're not fighting tooth and nail to like stop that sweep. You're thinking about, okay, I'm going to roll over and collect a leg on my way over too, And
I
was thinking
there's a
about
lot
this the
more
other day.
tying together transitions in sub only, where it's a lot more of like, okay, pass here and hold it for 3, and then
I was thinking about this the other day as far as rules, because again, we're all looking for that perfect rule set that doesn't exist and probably never will, right?
Right.
But what if they did a rule like if you go for a submission where you get swept, that doesn't count. Somehow that wouldn't count if it ends up being a legitimate attempt or something like that. Do they? You know what I'm saying? Because there's times when like I'm rolling and like I'll go for, I don't care if I get swept here or if this is going to count as a sweep. I'm going to go for this. It's practice. Who cares?
Right.
And then it would have been cool to go for that and not have to worry about losing those
Losing
points.
the advantage or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough.
But that's a weird gray area that I don't think you could even. How would you even enforce that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I love the reward of going for more submissions and being riskier with your game, but I also like the snugness of the points. They both have advantages, you know?
Yes, agreed. I mean, I think as far as spectating, I like watching all sorts of jiu-jitsu, but like no gi, submission only, like an EBI, like that, to me, there's like, it's so artsy to watch the flow and, you know, the guys just tying all these techniques together and constantly attacking. It looks really cool. But there's parts about it I don't like. I mean, if it doesn't work, I hate to bring up like the street, but like, I feel like, dude, who are you heel hooking in the street? You know what I mean? Like you're going to fall back for honey hole or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, you fucking smashed through someone, you mount them, you punch them in the face till they roll over, and then you choke them.
Right.
You know?
That's more realistic.
It's real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's super real. And I mean, even Eddie Bravo will admit that himself.
Yeah.
He goes, dude, we brought in the slap jitsu to keep your jiu-jitsu honest.
Slap jitsu, is that what they're calling
Well,
it?
combat jiu-jitsu.
When
yeah.
some of the
Slap
fights, that I had growing up there, they would say, "Look, we got to modify the rules. It has to be open hand on the ground," and they would just roll their eyes, and they would be like, "So if you close your hand, they weren't going to say anything."
Right.
But I don't know. I got to tell you, sometimes an open hand is worse than a closed hand. If you're hitting on the ground, I don't understand why in the UFC these guys are breaking their hands. That it's the most common injury. From what Rogan says, the most common injury is probably a broken hand. Quit punching people in the head on the ground. Open your hand. It hurts like a son of a bitch. You ever had anybody flat out Boss Rutan style open hand you?
No.
Don't let them.
Well, are they allowed to?
I think
in
so.
the UFC?
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because the referees. Okay, so when you're like you're standing up with someone, right, and you're kind of finding your range, and you're giving them that like kind of like open hand type of thing. Constantly hear referees saying, "Close your fingers, close your fists." I don't want to see a hand come out with the fingers open like that.
Yeah, but they're not swinging. They're actually eye gouging them.
Yeah. They're just
That's the
reaching
problem.
though. That's the problem with that. Yeah.
But if they were swinging to
Yeah.
slap them, you could do that.
Yeah.
Hoist Gracie did that all the time, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Boss Rutan, man.
See, that was 20 years ago.
He
There's been a lot of rule changes.
He did it against
Hoist Gracie also fought in the gi.
Matt Hughes, bro. Matt Hughes. When he fought Matt Hughes, he didn't even wrap his hands. When he fought Matt Hughes, he didn't wrap.
He didn't wrap his hands. He just put the gloves on.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. Because he's not going to punch him.
Right. Because really, the hand wrap is for your protection as the guy swinging,
sure.
right? And
I stopped wrapping my hands years ago when hitting mitts and stuff. I'm not the guy. I hate tape. Do you tape your fingers?
I don't.
I don't either. I'm getting screwed up fingers though. Things are starting to look a little
It
goofy,
hurts.
but
It hurts.
Oh well.
Hurts when
Overhook more. Use your overhooks more.
The thing is, what it hurts really is some people's gis are really
I know,
harsh.
right? Yeah,
It's
some
like,
are way worse.
Damn. Like I grab it, I'm like, what the fuck what did you make this gi out of, man? What? Like that's so harsh. That one Adidas one is really harsh.
Yeah.
And then I was working with someone the other night, and I was gripping at the shoulder because we're drilling,
Right.
and I'm like my hand started to bleed. I'm like, what the fuck is your gi made out of? Like, my hands
Potato sacks.
it's so bad.
No, you're
I'm like,
Irish. It's
damn.
potato sacks.
Potato sacks and sandpaper.
My first gi was a potato sack.
Yeah, but man, just
Judo gis are heavy.
are they, but do they hurt? Like
Yeah,
when you grip
I mean,
them?
It depends on the gi. Again,
on the gi,
some,
right?
some of these
Stop
judo
making
players.
cheap gis. Buy better gis.
Oh, yeah, I know,
Come
right?
on. What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm not one to talk. I haven't bought a gi in years. I have the same 10 that I've had for years, and I need to buy a new one soon, though. I'm going to reward myself.
Yeah, I think you should.
I know,
You should. Now that you got the
Atama used to make these ones with a Brazilian flag on the one shoulder and an American flag on the other, and you're like, there was no gripping it. It was like gripping.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't even grip it. It was unbelievable. Like that's not
wouldn't
legal.
pass
I think
in
they
the
made them
IBJJF.
illegal now. I think that's
Yeah.
one of the things they made illegal.
They made one of the girls that was behind me. She was. They made her take her patch off because it was not placed like 1 inch above like the belt or whatever below the belt, whatever above the belt, and they're like, no, you got to rip it off. She's
At this IBJJF, he looked at my
How do you
brown
want me to
belt
rip
and he
it off?
goes, just letting you know. He goes, I don't care or whatever, but they're probably going to not let you wear that belt again. And I'm like, don't worry.
Why? What's wrong with your belt?
It was just little ragged.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a beat up brown belt.
Mine wasn't as bad as one of my other training partners. I was always so jealous. I was like, how are you getting yours so ratty? I train all the time too, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's out there, he's scraping it on
Yeah,
the
that's what I
sidewalk.
do, just taking rocks to it.
Remember when like it was cool for that moment in time where guys would take the brim of their cap and like rub it on the sidewalk till it like frayed.
Yeah, let it
remember
fray.
that?
Ugh.
I don't remember
If you
that at
purposely
all.
fray anything, I'm judging you
Yes.
immediately. Yeah.
You're getting judged.
I won't judge you on anything else ever in life, but
That was a real thing. They used to do that.
Oh yeah,
That's funny.
you know how
like the trucker hats. They used to do that too.
I don't know if it was the trucker hats or not, but like, you know how like ripped jeans are cool now, like
Yeah. You just
or, like,
buy them that way. You can't not buy
or
them
like
that.
beat up and they look all
Yeah.
fucked up and old.
Sure.
You know, that's cool.
the only ripped
Dudes
up
were doing
jeans
that
I
to their
ever
hat.
want were the jeans that the lead singer of Def Leppard wore in the Pour Some Sugar on Me video. Do you remember those?
No.
They were like ripped. There was a rip every inch all the way down to his feet. They were so 80s. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Do you have any holes in it?
No holes in my jeans.
Okay,
no.
cool.
I have no holes in my jeans.
I have my Vans with samurais on the feet. That's all.
That's pretty cool. I could appreciate that. Your wallet fell out there.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the holes in the jeans, man. What's
You
that
brought up
about?
Matt. You brought up Matt Hughes. If there's ever a time to tell the stories, it's now, right? So Matt Hughes got to corner me once and ref me once.
Really?
Yeah. One time, my corner man, Costa, if you're listening to this, car better have broken down, better not have lied to me, called me and said his car broke down and he couldn't make it. And so I'm at this event, and I had just went up to Matt Hughes. I didn't want to bother him, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to shake your hand. If I'm a small talk guy, you know I'm going to walk up and shake your. I'm not going to be the selfie guy, whatever.
Okay.
But
Don't be
I'll
that
walk up
guy.
and say, if it's an opportune time, I'll walk up and say hi to somebody I'd like to meet. So I walked up, just shook his hand real quick, and I just said, "Hey man, I love watching you fight. Big fan. Have a great day." Corner man calls me. "Hey man, I can't make it. I can't corner you." I'm like, uh-oh. So I just walked up to Matt Hughes, and I'm like, what the hell? I walked
Sure.
up and I said, "Hey, do you know somebody that could corner me?" And he goes, "Who you fighting?" "No, you're not fighting one of our guys." "Who's before you and who's after you?" "Oh, not one of our guys isn't fighting or before or after you." He starts pummeling with me. I'm like, he's like, "What's your fighting style?" I'm like, "I don't really know." I get hit. I try to hit him. But I was like, yeah. And then Pat Miletich helped corner me, and it was pretty badass. I wish I would have won that fight. That sure would have been an even better story.
Right,
but,
for
yeah.
sure.
Because then you had the picture with them. in the
Oh,
ring and
that would have been the
everything like
best. I held a spit bucket for Mark Coleman once. Literally, yeah.
Why did you have to
well,
do
I
that?
used to drive to Columbus to do these amateur fights, and then I befriended a couple of guys that trained with Coleman, and then I would go train in the same room. I wouldn't train with him. He showed me an Americana once. I never got to roll with Coleman. No way. He just didn't even barely acknowledge my existence, and I doubt he'd even know who I am right now. But there was one time that a guy that was fighting Brandon Lee Hinkle. Brandon Lee Hinkle's a guy who fought in like Valley Tudo way back in the day when it was bare knuckle, no rules kind of guy. This guy's tough SOB from Ohio, and they just needed somebody to carry the spit bucket. I'm like, me, I'll do it. Let me do it. And he's just, I tell you what, talk about having somebody in your corner, Mark Coleman, man. Go! His voice is guttural.
Yeah.
He should have been like the lead singer of a cool metal band.
That's funny.
Yeah, those are my little touches with the big time.
Mark Coleman, how's he doing nowadays?
I don't think so good.
Yeah. Wasn't there doing some kind of crowdfunding for
Yeah.
him for something?
For what? What
I think it was
happened?
his hips, wasn't it?
Something, yeah.
like his hip. He needed a really bad hip replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Matt Hughes is doing better.
That's good. That's
know?
good.
He's out
Yeah,
and
he
about.
looked. I only saw one photo of him surface since he's been out of the hospital. He looked thin.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
man.
he's in a
losing
coma
weight.
for a
But-
couple months.
Yeah, but he looks good. I mean, he doesn't look like not him. I mean, he just looks like a thinner version.
Like his face isn't concave. Is it like how else can you tell if he looks good?
I mean, he just looked good sitting there.
Oh.
I mean, he didn't look like.
Man, cars, man. Those things scare me.
Yeah,
That's why
That
I'm
way
with,
you
that's
don't
why
have
I'm
one?
with Evan on the riding the bike
You're
everywhere.
riding the bike every day.
Yeah, it's the easiest.
That's why
thing.
that's why I drive a ginormous truck.
There you go.
Metal
There you go.
all around.
Yeah, just
Yeah. If you get hit,
uh,
somebody hits me, they're getting hurt.
Yeah, literally.
The urban assault vehicle, we call his Jeep.
Yeah.
It's like bulletproof. And
all right,
shit.
so we have a vehicle for the zombie apocalypse.
Yes,
Yeah.
you don't want to be hanging out with
Nice.
me. That's why I get it. They're like Zito's Jeep, just rolling through people.
You're like, Zito, can I get in on that Jeep? Like, no. Come
No.
on.
No.
Remember we did the podcast together? Fuck that, black belt only. I want to live, man.
You would do that fight to win, pussy.
And you got smashed at grappling games. That's why you're mad at me.
Hey, man, don't put that out there yet.
That's true.
Andre stays in the corner of me though.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll be in town." Oh yeah, I'll be there. Cool. Thanks, Andre.
So are they doing? Is it grappling games? Are they doing a tournament and then the super fights? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, they do their tournament during the day, and then the super fights or the super matches. Can we call them matches or fights, Paul? What are we doing?
Let's call them matches, and I don't really know what's so super about them
I
either.
don't know either. So that's why I just call it a match. So you have grappling games, and you know what's weird? Grappling games, and I don't know why they're not like. We follow them on Instagram, but they haven't posted like any of those flyers. Like I see in the Fight to Win feed, like all the flyers come up for the next one, but Grappling Games hasn't posted one of those flyers yet.
Are they just not really going for a big spectator crowd?
Why would they not?
Yeah,
you
I know,
it's
right?
weird, right? So you
Wanna
think
sell
they would?
tickets.
They
Yeah.
would be posting these. They're
How
nice
much are
flyers.
tickets?
I don't even know.
You don't know?
I have no idea. But they made the flyers. They took the time to do it, and why would they not have them in their?
And when
Instagram
is it
feed?
again?
September 23rd, which is at the Oak Lawn Community Center or Pavilion, whatever it's called. So I think it's at 7:00. God, I don't even know. I don't even know what the rule sets are. I really don't know a lot about it. But I show up, have fun. That's the whole point.
You been working anything tricky into the game? Yeah, I know you don't want to give secrets away, but
Nah,
you're working the same thing you've been working.
I do jiu-jitsu every day, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
So since it's Nogi, is it like EBI rules, or you guys still have?
No, I think the grappling games rules apply,
Yeah.
which is I think in no-gi everything is pretty much legal.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, at expert level because
Nice.
that's what they said it's going to be at expert. So I think it's going to be like a 7 or 8 minute match, and everything's legal. So
Nice.
But I haven't really been working. I'm not a heel hook type of guy. If it's there, I'll grab it, but I
Yeah.
don't go for it. So it doesn't matter to me if heel hooks are legal or not. I mean, I'm pretty confident in my leg lock, but I'm more worried about like my passing. That's my game I'm really working on. Stand on top, pass. So
I've been working my passings this past like year, well, probably like 2 years. I've just
Yeah.
been
It's tough. 'cause
passionate.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
Oh, it's
tough.
so hard.
You know, just like in anything, I like to pull guard. I like to be on my back. And to reverse that now.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for years, it's tough to get into that mindset.
Becoming a good passer makes your guard better, though.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Again, that's what other people have told me.
You haven't experienced it yet?
No, I
firsthand?
know. I definitely. Since I really have been working on my passing, I can see what I need to do to stop the passer.
Okay.
The more I'm like, the more I do this to mess up a guard, that's what I need to stop. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing the defense thing is the best way to learn the offense, right?
Yeah, that's
good point.
That does make sense.
Vice versa.
Yeah. But passing is it's a different type of game, and I like to adopt it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul, you're a passer, right?
I mean, I would say I'm 50-50.
Are you?
Yeah. Because usually when I slap hands with someone, I go, okay, like let's see what they want. Are they going to come up to one knee and take top position, or are they going to like sit back on their ass right away and pull? I let them pick, and then I just go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have one.
So
game
every
plan.
time I roll with you, I'm on top.
Yes, I know. I know you are. But you start at spider. Like you grab.
Yes, I try and force you into passing guard.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I go, no, motherfucker, I'm going to be.
You
on
know
my
what
back.
annoys the hell out of me? There's certain things that will definitely throughout the years that just will make me almost hate you instantly. And if I don't believe in like being a dick about rank. Okay, the only time rank really comes into play in jiu-jitsu are times when it's like, hey, somebody needs to move right here. And they're lower ranked, so they move, and that's only because that way we don't have to have this bullshit going on. Of
When you're rolling next to
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Right,
So we're in the
right.
room.
Agreed.
Hey guys, move over. Cool. We're gonna stay here, right? And I think you kind of earn that right if you're
Sure.
if you've been here longer. You should be able to not have to move. So, and the other small thing is if I'm higher rank and I want to work my guard, so we slap hands, and I'm either A, already sitting on my butt, or B, I pull you and you pull me into your guard, I'm going to do whatever I can to make your life a living hell. I'm going to be the meanest passer possible because
Yeah.
I wanted to work my guard, obviously. But, who am I to say that you shouldn't just pull me into your guard? But I just think, I don't know. I think it's an
very
etiquette.
annoying. It's like a
It's just
dog
annoying.
with
We're
a
like,
chew
yeah.
toy. It's
Yeah,
like
we're just pulling
I'm
it.
pulling this direction, and you're just going the opposite.
What
of
are you doing?
You know what
Yeah, but
annoys me?
I think that's not that bad, though. I mean, if
not-
you're gonna pull me, I'm obviously don't want to get pulled, so I'm gonna definitely stop you from pulling me, and then I'm gonna try to work my
But
game.
no, it's that
and where I'm
initial.
comfortable.
It's that initial. We slapped hands. All right,
yeah.
we're rolling.
We're
okay.
making a decision with each other.
Yeah.
Right there's our first bit of communication.
I'm not lapel dragging you into the floor like off the first move. Like, you know what I mean?
No. Okay.
Like I'm establishing, a lapel grip. I'm throwing my foot on your hip. Okay, he's pulling.
Yeah.
Here
I
I'm-
see.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, okay.
So now I'm the top guy. I got to pass. He's going to try and sweep,
Okay,
But
that makes sense, yeah.
What he's saying is like when you've clearly established that you're trying to work guard and then someone like double guard pulls with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't
Yeah.
do that.
I instantly
You don't?
think terrible
no,
thoughts.
I said don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's what I'm telling
No,
you. Don't
yeah,
do that.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Give me your foot, I'm gonna take it off.
Yeah, and every time they do that, I'm just like,
You know what annoys
God, I
me
hope-
worse than that is you start off on your knees, you slap hands, and then it turns into like a knee wrestling match where it's like, okay, like,
I would almost rather you just go ahead and put me in side control.
Yeah.
dude,
Like,
I give it up.
Let me work my side control defense. I don't care.
Right.
It's like, what are we doing? Knee
What are we doing?
wrestling? Is this a knee wrestling? How much of this 5-minute roll do you want to waste?
Yeah.
Like, grip fighting on our knees here.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Can we start rolling, please?
Yeah. If we're gonna do that, let's turn it into a real wrestling match. Let's go. I will sometimes if I feel a person like really like we're gonna freaking knee wrestle right now, I start standing up and I'm like, you want to wrestle? Let's wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean,
If
fine.
we're
If you
gonna
can put me on my
wrestle, let's
ass,
stand up.
Yeah. I'm not like a fantastic wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, but if you want to wrestle, let's wrestle. That's fine.
Yeah.
But just don't wrestle from the knees. Pick one.
Yeah, I've
Pick a
never, I don't think
position.
I've ever came across that knee wrestling.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Thank God.
We have a guy at our school that spent like the shortest time ever at blue belt because he came in with he's a judo black. He teaches judo at my judo school, and he'll sometimes just step out for the osotogari right from the knees. The outside sweep.
Yeah.
He'll just boom. He did that to me the other day, right into knee. Like we slapped hands. He stepped the leg up, boom, right into knee on belly.
Wow.
Like that's right, Dave. That's right, Dave. I'm coming after you, Dave.
It happens when it's two guys that both want top position.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the only time I've ever gotten into altercations like this before is with people who I know I always give up top position to because they always want top position. And it's just like, okay, I've rolled with you like 20 times, bro. Like,
Yeah.
let's
mix
change
it
it
up.
up here.
Sure.
And they're just like knee wrestling, and it's like, okay, clearly you're not
Yeah.
willing to pull guard
No.
ever.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
I confuse white belts sometimes where I'll slap hands and I'll just like won't do hardly anything, and then whatever they do, I'll let them pass the guard immediately.
Yeah.
And I still won't do anything, and they just stop and they freeze. I'm like, keep going, don't worry, go,
Right.
go,
Yeah,
work
yeah.
your offense. Let
Yeah.
them get full mount, let them get back mount, and then try to work from there.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so funny though how often they're just like they just freeze. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you give me the green light to take your side control, I'm looking for a submission right away. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know you're letting me do this, but okay.
I know.
But I'm not gonna be a dick about it and grind on you or anything. But
Right.
but yeah, it's just that they look so like a deer in headlights. They're like, you're giving me this. I'm like, I know, just go.
Yeah. And then you give it to them and they're like, I'm in your psych. Now what?
Now what?
Now what? I've never been here before.
Crank on my arm. See what happens.
Past a guard.
Yeah, recently I've been really just allowing bad positions in my roles. Like I want people to put me in bad positions. I just like to work out of like really tough positions.
Anytime anybody I know that
just
I'm
get in
more
those
experienced
moods.
than that person, there's a good chance if you're ever doing jiu-jitsu in the same place as me, you're going to look over and you're probably going to see a white belt have the worst position on me. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Let it happen, man.
Yeah, I get into those moods where I want to be super aggressive, or you know what I mean, go for submission. And other week, like this past week, I've just been like, you know what, just put me in bad positions. I haven't really I want to work out of bad positions, take my back, put me in a choke. I want to see how long I'm gonna last in that choke.
Yeah.
Get my defense. I just get in those funks. I'm not really a funk, but just I just like, you know what, I really just want to get beat up a little bit. I don't know, what I mean, Paul?
That judo training partner I was talking about, he's just a, the overused word of the jiu-jitsu day. He's a savage, but I have to get him with a foot lock or a wrist lock. I'm not going to get him with a choke or an arm lock. He's been doing judo for too long. He's too strong. He's too good at what he does.
Yeah.
But I have to fight to keep my guard. I'm not sweeping this guy. I mean, one day maybe.
Balance is too good.
X guard. I have to not let him learn X guard defense ever, and stuff like that. But single leg X and whatnot. But I have to get him I have to hold out. He'll pass my guard. He'll have my back, and I'll end up like getting out a little bit. And next thing you know, because I'm getting out of back attack, that hook's right there, that foot's right there. Yeah. And it's funny, we'll have some fun rolls. We'll be like, no. And I'm like, yes. Yeah. Still get a foot, still get a wrist.
That's it.
So as soon as he learns.
Lock a lot?
If you give me the chance, 100% of the time I will wrist lock. Yeah, I love a good wrist lock. No, not 100% of the time, of course. But yeah, I love it. Yeah, and I like to use them for grip breaks. I like to use them to set up other things. Like if I want your arm over there, and I know I'm not really going to wrist lock you by grabbing your elbow and shoving your hand in, but you're probably going to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I use it for both of those things quite a bit.
Interesting.
One of the times I've seen white from a submission attempt was from someone wrist locking me. Daniel Vanderlei up in Rufus Sport, you know who Daniel is? Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah. He was at headquarters one time. He threw a wrist lock on me so fast, I screamed like a girl and saw white. I was like, ah! And luckily he let go, and I was like, that was so scary.
Do you still hate wrist locks, Cito?
I never hated them. I just didn't want you doing them to me.
Oh, why?
That's all. I just didn't like when you did it.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. I just because I've never gotten wrist locked by a purple belt. It's always been high level black belts doing it. I don't even not even anyone has ever attempted. But then you started doing it. It's like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
You don't trust me.
They're everywhere.
You don't trust me as a training partner. I think I'm going to injure you.
You might injure my wrist.
Right. Wrist locks are everywhere, though.
They are.
Yeah,
I know.
Did you feel like when I wrist locked you versus when Andre wrist locked you, was it much nicer when he did it?
No.
Okay.
Same. Exactly the same. Yeah. But I trust Andre.
You for sure.
I trust the technique a little bit more.
You're right, and I don't blame you. But you can wrist lock in the IBJJF at blue belt.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was funny about Andre being on the podcast was correct me if I'm wrong, he said something about not beating up the new guys in a school. You got to create a good environment and all that stuff. Right. I said that too. I told a friend of mine who does not listen to the podcast, I said, hey, Maneko said not to beat up he doesn't want to create an environment where new guys are getting beat up. He goes, he beat the shit out of us. He would beat the dog shit out of us. Oh yeah, Maneko would. Oh, we were just meat to him.
Now it's his business.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was like, who is this guy with this back tattoo? That's scary.
Yeah, Maneko. He's
he would straight up beat the life out of us.
How it was in the early 2000s, man. It's just been awesome.
Fucking
the worst beatings I ever took, though.
I know.
The worst beatings I ever took, though, were at Chicago Fitness Center. As far as beatings go, a grappling beating sucks. Yeah, it sucks. But at Chicago Fitness Center when it was it's the Shidokan headquarters. Did you guys ever see? There's these old fights called Shidokan, Shidokan, and they did. I'm gonna butcher it, but it was 2 or 3 rounds of each kind of fighting. I think it was 2 3-minute rounds of each thing. First 2 3-minute rounds was bare knuckle karate. So you can't punch to the face, but you can bare knuckle hit to the body. You can kick a knee to the head, but you couldn't punch to the head. And then 2 or 3 rounds where they put on the gloves and it was straight kickboxing. And then the last 2 3 rounds, it was MMA with MMA gloves, but on the ground, you couldn't strike. You had to, if you were going to go to the ground, you had to submit.
Damn.
It was crazy. I loved it.
That didn't last.
I know, right? But it was cool though. Can you imagine doing that now with like?
No, I couldn't.
I would love to see like one of those at on a UFC card.
That's weird.
Like just 2 3 rounds of bare knuckle karate, 2 3 rounds of kickboxing, then 2 3 rounds of only submission grappling. Like no grappling until you're tired and beat up.
Yeah, I guess that's a lot of it's a lot going on for a spectator.
Yeah,
like trying to figure out.
Yeah, trying to figure out what's going on.
Like most people don't even know what's going on in a UFC event. Like I don't know what these guys are doing. They're yelling stuff on the ground when people are on the ground. Yeah, I know. Wow, it's already that time. Damn, that's what happens when we do midday podcasts, Paul.
For sure.
That's what's up, man?
Shit, I gotta go back to work.
Yeah, so I got to teach one class tonight.
Do you?
Yeah, and then I was gonna go to HQ. So
you teach over at?
No, I teach at Cheetah. I teach
Cheetah.
Yeah, I teach fitness
Do you
classes
teach HQ
too.
at all?
No. I will like sub in if they have
Right.
asked me to in the past. Mike Sears teaches a no-gi class. He'd be an interesting guy to have on here. He's dabbling into the photography side of. He's been writing articles for Flow Grappling. Okay. But so when he's out of town doing things for Flow Grappling, he's asked me to teach his no-gi class. But I teach all day. So I like going somewhere and just being the student. Yeah. So I don't, this part of me really likes that I just go there and I shut off the teaching side and I can just be the student for a while. But no, at Cheetah, I teach just regular fitness classes, just good old like circuit training type stuff. Okay. And then kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, anything anybody wants.
Nice. So where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Jason Bender. Instagram, Body by Bender. You can email me at jasonbenderfitness@gmail.com. I had a website, but I got too busy to take care of it and whatever. Maybe I should get it back up, but I don't know. I'm really busy. I don't care. I should get it up there again, but yeah, if you're anywhere near Andersonville and want to learn some fitness and martial arts, come on by.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure, Jason.
Thanks a lot.
Jason.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for doing the podcast, and we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. For more information about Grappler Union Podcast, you could visit us at our website at grapplerunion.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Grappler Union. Please like us on Facebook. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes. And all of our episodes are available on our YouTube channel. Say what?
Be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to all that shit. You got to do another take, right? This episode of the Grappler Union Podcast is brought to you by BJJTees. Go to bjjtees.com, enter the promo code Grappler Union, and save 10% off all your jiu-jitsu apparel. Go to bjjtees.com today.
This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by Strychnine Jiu-Jitsu, makers of vintage-inspired tees, hoodies, and rash guards. Go to strychnine.co, that's STRYCH9.co, and use the promo code UNION at checkout to receive 20% off your online order.